big up the Tidal, man. They giving our viewers 60 days free on Tidal.
60 days free.
It's Tidal.com/drinkchamps.
There we go, goddammit. What it good be? Hopefully it's what it should be. This is your boy N.O.R.E.
What up, it's DJ EFN.
And this military crazy war, Drink Champs, Yappy Hour. Make some noise! And right now we have a killer combination. If you put these guys together, you might get Rihanna. If you get one of the DJ is one of the first DJ to break Rihanna, not only a part of discovering them, and one of the first people, not in Miami, I ever heard Rick Ross before in my life was on Hot 97. This man played this. Now the other man is standing next to us is a national treasure, a country man for his country. I mean, if it was, this is the first rapper I've ever heard from this country. I didn't even know they had Jamaicans over there. Since back then, he been monkey fucking this game since 14 years old. I seen old footage of him. He had a Gumby then. And he's been out here, he's been making moves and celebrating and doing what he gotta do. You put these two together, you got it right now. If you don't know who I'm talking about, we're talking about Cipha, motherfucking Sounds, and Kardinal Offishall. I want to start with you, right? Because it was something that was crazy. I seen you go on because you had just came from Kenya, and you went on this show, and then on the show they showed footage of you, a 14-year-old you. Yo, do you remember what I'm talking about? Yo, you've been doing this, my dude.
Yo, I'll be honest. What's interesting about Toronto that people don't understand, we've been infiltrating for a long time under the radar, you know what I'm saying? Like as a little kid, first of all,
only 20 minutes from New York.
My nigga, Buffalo is right there. So it's like we can tune in. We got, big up shout out to everybody that grew up on WBLK. But like there was two ways when we were younger, like to get hip hop. One of them was tune into BLK, where they play like mostly funk, but then sometimes, you know what I'm saying, like I'm talking like LL Cool J, I Need Love, like, you know what I'm saying, Run DMC, Dougie Fresh,
mid to late 80s?
Early to mid 80s.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's either that, or it's like, because a lot of us, especially in the neighborhood that I grew up in, or neighborhoods I should say, we Caribbean, so you already know, once they leave Jamaica, they go a few places. They go Toronto, New York, Miami, London, you know what I'm saying? Like a few key places. So everybody that I knew, we all have family in New York. So what used to happen is niggas used to go to New York,
especially if you're Jamaican, Brooklyn and Jamaica, Queens.
Queens, for sure. You know what I mean? Shout out to Cambria Heights. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, that's what's up.
Word. So we used to go there and make them little pause tapes. You know what I'm saying? You bring it back to the neighborhood. Everybody get a dub. So like we was right there. So I'm talking like for me, like the first shit that I really like understood that I love hip hop, cause R.I.P. to my pops, he was a DJ, so I mean I grew up with him playing all types of records, you know what I mean? Like he had like the original pressings of like Sugar Hill Gang and all that shit. But like for me, my cousin had Roxanne Shantae, like back in the days of UTFO and all that. So like when Shantae was like, you know what I'm saying, like doing what was it, Roxanne's Revenge? Yo, like, that was, you know what I'm saying? Like, for me, I remember staring at the boombox, you know what I'm saying? And just literally just staring at the cassette going around. I was like, yo, that was it for me, you know what I'm saying? So, that's kind of like the earliest time I could.
How hard was that? Because, like, I mean, as far as I remember, you was the first person, not only representing Toronto, but representing...
Where was Socrates from?
He's from Toronto.
So Socrates,
he's from Toronto.
He was the first person I heard.
Yeah, I wasn't aware.
Were you guys from the same era, or was he right before you?
So there's a lot of history, and this is kind of probably the only place where we can talk about it, and it would make sense. Before me, like you definitely have to shout out like what I call like the Holy Trinity, which is a female MC named Mishi Me. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So Mishi Me, she used to actually be signed to MC Light's father's label, First Priority.
Wow.
So she was on First Priority, and if you go back and check the Ladies First video, she was one of them when you saw like Sweet Tea and all the rest of them. She was in that video. You know what I'm saying?
The original.
She was like the
original.
Moni Love and Queen Latifah, like she was in that video. And then you got to shout out, you know what I'm saying, the Dream Warriors. They were actually the first group from Canada to go platinum internationally. You know what I'm saying? So what's wild is like if you do the knowledge, you know, shout out to Premier R.I.P. the Guru, but like Gangstar used to open up for them in Europe back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, shout out to Dream Warriors, but then there was also another rapper named Maestro Fresh West. And Maestro Fresh West, he was the first dude to go platinum in Canada. Like we just celebrated the 30-year anniversary. You know what I'm saying? Of him
going platinum?
Of him going
he's
platinum.
From Toronto as well?
He's from Toronto as well.
What's his name?
His name is Maestro. Maestro Fresh West.
Okay.
It's wild because like...
And he's a rapper?
He's a rapper, yo. Yo, trust me, listen, back in the early 90s, yo, like we used to like bug out because he was one of the first to, you know, be able to do collabs. Like I remember he started rocking with like Showbiz and them.
Wow.
He started,
AG,
you know,
Showbiz, and these were crates. Wow. Big them up. Big them up.
So, I mean, you know, shout out to all of them. But I mean, like, Mishi Me, also, if you go back and check, like, 87, she used to rock with BDP.
Wow.
Oh, damn.
Because she's on... So
Miss
she's...
Melody? Miss Melody?
Yeah,
You know, this is like Scott LaRock days, like KRS Scott LaRock days, you know what I'm saying?
So
like, and they have...
Melody,
Yeah, like, and they got joints together and all
D-Nice
that.
and them.
Yeah.
Now, Cipha, you started with Flip DJs? Flip DJs?
Flip most?
I don't smoke weed, so
Flip
I'm
squad? You
already
talking
high.
about
No, because when
I don't know what he's talking about.
when I Googled you
Flip
said
Squad.
Flip Squad.
That's
I thought
Doo-Wop, right? That's
Flex.
Doo-Wop's joint.
That was
not-
Flex.
That was I
Hold
thought
on,
Flex.
Doo-Wop
Yeah, Doo-Wop was in it. It was Flex.
Yeah, Flip
Doo-Wop.
Squad. But I thought Flex was Big Dog Pitbulls. I didn't know
No,
who
that was
Big
later
Dog
on.
Pitbulls was the
later
second
on. Oh, that's the
DJ
second
group.
seafood y'all. All right, cool. All right,
That's
no
when he
problem.
left.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
So you started out with them? Who?
Yeah, I was like Flex's intern at the radio station, and then he put me in the Flip Squad, but it didn't last long because then he left that whole system, whatever, and then started Big Dog Pitbull.
Let's get straight to the point.
Well,
do you feel like Ebro tried to cut you out? Do you feel like let's just fuck it, take the band-aid right off.
We tried the AC and got straight to the point.
Listen, you don't drink Cipha, so there's no need to build up to this shit.
Okay, right.
There's no need to do it. You know, we're gonna try to get Mr. Official
Drink a Monster, though.
a little uneven. We're gonna get you to get a Monster drink. But let's just be clear, Cipha, this was your morning show.
Yes.
I'm a morning person.
Yeah.
I wake up in the morning.
yeah, you always used to call.
I always used to call. I was
Yeah.
and just one morning it was the morning show,
Yeah.
and then the next morning it was Ebro's morning show.
Yeah.
You had to feel a certain type of way.
Nah.
Come on, man. Come on. This is Drink Champs, brother. Come on.
I don't feel any type of animosity towards anybody for shit like that. You know what I'm saying? There's a whole bunch of different reasons.
But essentially, let's break it down for the people that don't know. Sorry to cut you off because I want people to understand where I'm coming from.
Yes.
Essentially, this was somewhat your boss. He was the PD.
He was 100% my boss.
He was the boss. I want people to understand. So it's not like a co-worker.
No, yeah.
It's not like me saying coming to tomorrow and saying N.O.R.E show. Then you're gonna be like, what the fuck? We've been doing Drink Champs this whole time. Right. So it's not like this was the boss. This was the guy.
Yeah.
And he stepped down, I believe, to take
That
other
was
people's
what I heard.
jobs.
Yeah, he stepped down, or there was a decision made where he had to go down. Like, it was a lot of different. I don't know 100%, but like he also wasn't feeling the situation of going on. The reason what happened was we were doing well in the mornings, and then the Breakfast Club was invented.
Let's not skip their name. That's
The Breakfast Club.
That's right.
I love all of them. They know that.
All of them.
Breakfast Club.
I love on the morning show as well.
I love
Peter.
That's the thing. I love everybody. That's my problem.
I love everybody too.
The Breakfast Club came around and they started doing good numbers with a lot of drama. So then they were like, Cipha, you gotta start doing drama. I don't like drama. I don't like it. So it wasn't working for me towards the end. In the beginning, it was a comedy show. It was a black, a Puerto Rican, and a Jew walking to the radio station.
Black Puerto Rican.
That's a joke by itself.
Yeah, that's the joke.
That's the start of the
Who
joke.
was the black? K Fox was the black.
K Fox. Yeah.
Okay, big up to K Fox as
Yeah,
well.
and then when Charlamagne started doing all that crazy shit, they started taking people away from us, and they were like, you know, people scrambling.
And then y'all did a Hot 97 reality show.
artists.
You did a reality show, Hot 97. It was
fake
horrible.
reality
I'm gonna throw it out
It wasn't
there.
horrible.
It was horrible, brother.
There's reasons why it was horrible.
You just said it wasn't horrible. This means you agree with me. This means you agree with me. Let me tell you why. I watch all the dumb shit. Love and Hip Hop, I haven't missed not one episode. I watched Jerry Springer victoriously.
You've been in.
But when I see the highlights that they seafood y'all, they acting.
I need a drink.
They're acting. They're not. Yeah, I've been ready for a drink too.
Yo,
Are you
listen.
okay?
You've been a part of a lot of situations that has a lot of bullshit behind the scenes. There was a lot of bullshit behind the scenes. It was a comedy show.
It was the bullshit on the scenes as well.
It was supposed to be scripted.
Want to be up front. That's my people.
Oh, but you know what's funny? I was gonna leave Hot 97 at that time.
Because of the reality show? I
No,
would have
he
left.
said before that.
Before that. And the reason why I stayed is because I was working on my comedy career and they were going to make a comedy TV show. So that's why I stayed the first time. I was going to leave 2 times before I actually left. So I stayed there because of that show.
Now that's interesting that you even segue into a comedian. Because we all think we're funny, right? Everyone actually thinks they're funny. Everyone laughs at their own jokes on the low, right? But then to go in front of a fucking audience and like to really do that. Remember your improv show?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, you better remember it.
Yeah, he remembers everything. It was my first guest on my improv show.
What's your first guest? Goddamn, I'm gonna take this on. No, I think that was so amazing how it's called improv, right? You guys will come and I'll say something, then make up a whole fucking story.
Tell a story, then we make up a show on the spot.
Wow, and a lot of people bitch your shit. I can't lie to you.
No, I won't that shit.
Yeah, you got. I wish I'm gonna slip you a Mickey or something because you're not gonna be humble today. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of improv shows now.
Improv has been around for a long time.
Improv is not with hip hop. Now I'm seeing people with hip hop. Come on, I'm gonna big you up. So you was the first one, goddamn.
You know what?
You was the first one. First hip hop improv shit I've ever seen. I didn't even know what improv was. You should have just said freestyle. I was like, I got it. I was like, what the fuck is improv?
You're right.
Like it took me an hour. You just should have said freestyle. They got it like that. But also, you're the podcast godfather.
Yeah, hip hop
podcast.
Of course, I don't live outside of hip hop.
Yeah, so yes,
so I'm fucking.
Me and Peter Rosenberg.
If you could be racial through hip hop, I'm the racist hip hopist. That's it. That's all I want is hip hop. I don't want to listen to jazz. I don't want to listen to rock. Sometimes salsa. You know what I mean? But that's it. I just want to live, breathe hip. I used to fuck the Kick and Pre tapes.
Right.
It took like that was my romantic shit. Kick and Pre slow jams. Like that's what I'm done. Like the candle, Kick and Pre, nigga. Like that's what I tell people. Kick and Pre is hard for me.
Where'd you light the candle?
No, you know.
On her ass?
Yeah, you know. We used to
light the candle.
You know, because I didn't have money back then, so I used to go to the staircase with a little Kick and Pre tape, and that's romantic. Yeah, man. In the projects, that's some good shit, man. You know what I mean? Pebble Beach and all that. You know what I mean? But what the fuck was you talking about? I was into that.
The podcast.
Yo.
Did you guys know you were doing the first hip hop podcast when you started it?
No, I didn't even know what a podcast was. What happened was Ebro hired Rosenberg, and they were trying to train us to do the morning show.
Because Ebro was like Rosenberg was like a parody guy, right? He did parodies.
Now, did he come from college radio?
Yeah, he did like a lot of underground college radio shit in DC.
Okay, I thought he was like a parody.
He did a couple, but there was, he did some YouTube
So continue.
And then Ebro put us together, and like we wanted to like talk to each other to get used to our sound with each other before we actually got the show. So he's like, oh, let's record in the back, we'll do a podcast. I was like, what the fuck is a podcast?
So Rosenberg knew what a podcast was?
Yeah, apparently.
Big up his nerdism.
Yeah.
Ebro knew what a podcast was.
Ebro had nothing to do with it.
That wasn't on Hot 97.
idea.
That podcast wasn't on Hot 97.
No, it was just a podcast that he used to put up on his website.
But it was Ebro's idea for y'all to talk to each other.
No, it was Ebro's idea to us to do a show together. And then me and Rosenberg were like,
to prep.
Yeah, like let's see if we have chemistry, you know what I mean? Like go in the back and talk. It was Ebro's idea to do fake air checks. But then Rosenberg was like, let's just talk and do a podcast. And then that shit grew into what is now JUAN EPSTEIN, the first hip hop podcast ever. So yeah, we invented that.
How did you guys distribute it originally?
Word.
I think Rosenberg's website.
Took care of all that?
Yeah, I mean, he didn't take care of it well. Because, like, all the old episodes are fucking weird missing. But it was on his website.
Jimmy Hoffa style?
But Rosenberg, let me tell you something. I love Rosenberg, man. And we getting along now, but he was a real piece of shit back then. He used to, I'd be like, send me the podcast. I had a blog, he had a blog or website, whatever. And I'd be like, I will both put them up.
Y'all trying to premiere it?
Yeah, premiere at 12 o'clock on whatever day.
He'll put it up 11:30.
He'll put it up 11:30 and not send it to me till like 8 p.m. So foul. Because he wanted all the fucking views. I didn't give a fuck about the views. I was like, fine, just put it on your site. But the way he was doing it sneakily, yeah. But it's all good. It made fucking a whole new lane for us. You know what I mean?
And for a lot of people,
and then like,
I'm bouncing all around the place, and we're gonna go back to that. Now, Kardinal Offishall, how did you link up with A-Cog? Not only you did a record with him, you actually did business with him. Like y'all actually signed, and you had a whole venture with him. Like, how did that work?
Did you say adventure?
Yeah, wow.
He had an adventure with the venture, man.
Hood niggas can't use a venture with a venture. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, adventurous. Come on, nigga.
It's an adventurous venture.
Wow, white people going to use a venture? Come on, let's go.
You know what? We first, I think the joint that we first did together was over Super Dupes, who at the time was from Black China from Miami. We were on a rhythm, and I think the joint was called Kill the Dance. I think that was the first joint that we did together.
Yeah.
It was, right?
Yeah.
Because Cipha used to like.
You gotta explain to everybody what a rhythm is, just so they don't know.
Who the fuck are your listeners? They don't know what a rhythm is.
Hey, not everybody knows it. There be new era people might not know this shit, man.
So like a rhythm in dancehall is like a producer will make like a beat, and then what'll happen is you'll have like maybe 8 to 12 artists all do a song over the same beat. So that's what a rhythm is in dancehall. So Super Dupes
get dub plates and get people on them and
exactly. So Super Dupes produced that joint, me and him. You know what I'm saying? We both. No. Sorry, I think the first one might have been. On Tony Kelly, Dave Kelly's rhythm.
Okay,
anyway.
Is that the vitamin D beat? No.
Whoa.
Sorry.
Well, you want to pause on that one?
Hey, man.
Hey, vitamin D
doesn't sound good in these ears. I'll tell you that.
But yeah, it was either Dave Kelly or Super Dose. But anyway, we both did like a joint together, like a collab on both of those rhythms. And then pretty much I start seeing him like all over the world.
Gunshot. That shit was fire.
Word.
I like this guy, man. This is my guy right here.
But yeah, I would see him all over the world, you know what I'm saying? And like we link up, we go to London, he'd be there, be like, yo, nigga, what you doing here? I'm like, same shit you doing here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Mix Show Power Summit days, like, you know what I'm saying? I used to see him.
London and Canada, all the black people got Jamaican ass accents. Why?
It's the diaspora.
Because the shower posse really just in my mind, the shower posse had babies all over the place. And then the shower posse. I don't know. I mean, they got the water. That's what I think. In my mind, that's what I think. You would correct me if I'm wrong.
There's a lot of Haitians in Canada as well, though.
Well, in Montreal. In Montreal,
the
French part, very specific.
Yeah, but in my mind, the shower posse got the. Listen, I totally have no facts. Right? This is no facts. In my mind, the shower posse.
This is your fictional reality of how Jamaicans spread out
New York. Why, blood clot. Right? And they deported them, but their children had to grow up in London.
I think it might have been before that.
So these are just those two places, though.
Just those two places. They went nowhere else.
They can't go anywhere else. London and Toronto.
So some of them went back to Jamaica, but everywhere they went everywhere else. I'm sorry. This is just my fictional story.
We all just watched Top Boy. That's what's going on here.
Yo, I did watch. I watched one episode.
Yo, I love that shit.
I listen. I forgot that they shooting people in London and Canada now. I'm telling y'all. They
now you said?
No, but back then, in the 90s, I used to go there. There used to be a lot of sticks. Like, people would pull out sticks. Like, nigga, pull out a stick.
But even the show, they use a sparingly.
The police in London at one point didn't have guns. You don't remember that?
Straight up.
You didn't have guns, but I ain't gonna lie to you. Don't fuck with them, because they went to karate class all day. All day. Put you in the super poop. Like, you're like, oh shit, nigga, how I get here? You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm sorry, I can't continue.
I mean, like the funny thing is like there's a real connection, and it's very interesting because it's like right now like the cycle has almost come all the way back around loose talk, and it's like with the slang and stuff there's a lot of like people online going back and forth like who was the first, like was it London, was it Toronto, was it Brooklyn, but the thing is
with the patois,
you know what I mean, incorporating it like into just everyday.
That's a
you know
good,
what I'm saying?
a good argument. I like to hear it.
Here's the thing. Anywhere that Jamaicans go, it's like the community always just uses the slang and embraces it. So
it's Cuddy Ranks. I met Cuddy Ranks the other day.
That was the first time you met him?
Yeah, it's the first time I met Cuddy Ranks. Sorry, I was a little happy. I'm old school reggae. Like I want Shaba. Ninja Man.
We need Super Cat on
Super Cat left right.
That would be amazing.
Yeah. I'm old school reggae.
Word. But it's like, I mean, listen, my first album, like when I got signed to my major deal,
that's not I&I.
No, that's That's Firestarter Volume 1 on MCA. Like my first joint was called Bacardi Slang.
Yeah.
And
hey, I thought you were talking about Bacardi, but it's Bacardi.
Exactly.
You thought you was drunk. As my inner drunkenness thought you was drunk.
Well, I mean, you know what? It was
then.
one of those ones like, for us, like we grew up like when you guys talk about rum, no disrespect to Bacardi, but like we grew up on like overproof rum. You know what I'm saying? Like Ray and
Jamaican joint, right?
Yeah.
So I forgot the name of that family. They make some foul shit. It's
Ray and nephew.
Okay, that's the family. So at least I'm on.
You know what I'm saying? That's what we grew up on. But it's like, you know, my man Solitaire. Remember I was talking about Buffalo. We was driving to Buffalo, and he put on
Solitaire. That's another one.
Shout out to my man Solitaire. You know what I'm saying?
And big up to Griselda Records.
Solitaire and Cypher used to have a production company together.
We're gonna get back to all the
get to all of it.
I think you weigh more than me, but we're like.
He weighs more than you?
No, him way more than me. Meaning.
I was like, we heard that.
I adapted Jamaican culture too, because you know, Cypher thinks he's Jamaican though.
I did for a point. Yeah.
He's an honorary DJ. My first gig, I got it spinning 45s, doing a reggae set in Miami.
A reggae set?
Yeah, that was my first gig that I ever got.
Would you say Bobo?
No. But I had my homie, he's Jamaican Cuban. He did that.
You gotta say Bobo at one point. You gotta say it's Brooklyn in the house. That's a Jamaican set right there. But how did you adapt that? Like, cause you know, being Puerto Rican, being from New York City, there's Jamaicans, but it's still the least. Like, you know, it's more blacks, it's more Puerto Ricans.
My Jamaican style of DJing.
Yeah, just you being Jamaican, cause I consider you a Jamaican at one point.
Yeah. So
you was my Jamaican friend. I was like, I see you. Was like, what's up?
All DJs derive from
I had to learn
the Jamaican art form.
Yeah, I had to learn how to play reggae because when I used to open up for Flex, he didn't want to play reggae and he wanted a half-hour reggae set before he started playing all the hot hip-hop right now. So we were in the tunnel. So before he played the Benjamins and Annie Up and all that, he wanted a half-hour reggae set. So that I had to learn how to play reggae like that. And then I got more into it. And I actually really learned how to... What I did was I was down here in Miami. I was hanging out with Khaled in the old, like, 01. And they used to have a party. Butterfuko and Khaled had a party called...
The Humble Khaled.
Well, not the Temple. It was before that, probably.
What?
Madhouse. Oh, yeah, Madhouse.
Look at these Miami niggas going crazy.
It was Biscayne. It was in Biscayne.
It's like trying to have knowledge.
Son, I went to that party.
You're late on that one, bro.
And it was real Jamaican DJ
real
type
shit.
And the energy was so crazy, right? So what I did was I adapted that style. I took the talking, the way Jamaicans talk, into a song, and like you hear it in the headphones, and you're like, yo, all the girls are da-da-da-da, and then the song is about what you just talked about.
Right.
But I would do it with hip hop and R&B, because in New York, all the DJs sounded the same. They all sounded like fake clues.
But that's where dub plates came in?
No.
So, because like dub plates, because they'll make it for that DJ?
For you, yeah, like a special
That's what dub plates are.
Can we explain that, or did I just change the subject?
No, I got it. So I started adapting that style to give myself a different personality DJ. Then all the Jamaican artists, I mean, every single one of them wanted to be on Hot 97.
Of course.
And I was playing on prime time, not the reggae show. Like in Saturday afternoon, I was playing the hardest dancehall shit. So they were like, how do we get on that?
Bye bye. No, you couldn't play that. You couldn't play that. You couldn't play that.
I played it.
Why you can't say it no more?
It's against people.
Boom, bye bye.
Oh, the Bati boy.
He got it. But so then all the artists wanted to, so then I was like, oh, like dub plates is like, you get a popular song and they say your name in the song. They'll even rewrite the lyrics to like go against
major Jamaican community.
Yeah, the sound class.
Yeah.
It's a sound class.
Right.
Major
But like I didn't do really sound class ones because I wasn't battling, but I would get them to say Hot 97.
No, but that picked you up as a DJ.
And then I started getting hip hop artists to do dub plate. So like,
so you trying to say you invented the dub plate in hip hop? I feel like that's where you're going with it.
No, other people had dub plates. Yo.
Okay, all right.
I'm just saying, I was
playing
it in prime time. The reason why me and Cardi wanted to do this show together is because I suck by talking about myself.
Yo, Cypher don't like to big himself up. You know what I'm saying? Cypher is like, you know that little the humility thing.
Y'all had something to do with Rihanna, right? Y'all two together had something to do with Rihanna.
I mean, like,
I thought you said you two together or Rihanna. I was like,
no. I would like to hear this story. I think I heard the story, but I would like to hear it.
I mean, listen, the story is it's a good ass story because I was in the studio in the crib. And just me and the boys were there chilling.
Mr. Morgan's around somewhere.
Mr. Morgan, of course.
I feel like Mr. Morgan's involved somehow.
Of course. And so we got a call from our brother Mark Jordan. Mark Jordan used to be head of black music for Columbia. You know what I'm saying? This is like Track Masters days and all that shit.
Tony Pope, big them up.
Yep. And he left Columbia and I don't know what he was doing. He was just figuring out his next move. And he called me and he's like, "Yo, Cardi." He's like, "I'm in Barbados. I found this gorgeous little girl. She can sing. She's amazing. Whatever. I'm like, word. I was like, all right, cool. He's like, yo, I need you to get on a demo tape because I already hooked it up. I'm about to have a meeting with Jay in like 2 weeks. I'm like, yo, soft. I got you. I was like, yo, what's her name? He's like, yo, her name is Rihanna. I was like, nah, son, she's gonna have to change that name. I did not think that Rihanna, the name was gonna work.
When you heard Rihanna, what did you think?
Cause I know that's like it's a Caribbean name, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I figured she was gonna have to make, you know what I'm saying?
You used to that name as opposed to me. That's the first time I.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like for us, that's regular.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's Keisha for y'all.
What does being high feel like?
Just fucking try, man. Just try, man.
This is weird. I don't smoke, so this.
Well, go ahead, because it's Rihanna's story. We gonna get this. This is going viral right here.
So, anyways, he's like, yo, he sent me a couple joints. He's like, yo, because at the time, you know what I'm saying, whatever, we was all over BET,
what
MTV.
What was the joint? Don't tell me, what's the first joint? Song upon the DJ.
On the replay.
On the replay was on there?
So, the ones that they sent me was like album cuts. So, I did like 3 for the demo, and one of them
produced and wrote.
No. I just I featured on it. You know what I'm saying? I was a featured rapper, and then one of them they kept on the first album. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
That's eventually like how I ended up meeting Jay later on that year when he came.
We'll tell you about that
to
too.
Toronto.
Okay.
But so I was on her demo, and he's like, yo, trust me, this is gonna be crazy. And yeah, he called me like that story that y'all heard. Like we heard it like from beforehand, you know what I'm saying? To when he's like, yo, he went to go have that meeting and they basically locked the doors and said, y'all can't leave until we sign this contract, you know what I'm saying? And they locked it in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was part of that process. But Mark Jordan, that's, you know what I'm saying? That's my brother.
You're skipping a whole, like, all right, so you was called to work on the demo? That was a demo or that was the actual album that they was going to present to?
No, this was like the demo tapes, like, you know, back in the day, like, here's my demo, the EPMD, please listen to my demo shit.
You first.
He came because he, at the time, like, he wanted, like, the extra star power, you know what I'm saying? Because at the time, like, it's crazy how life works, but, you know, I was the one that was out there. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I think
go to a meeting and have somebody official on the demo. You know
and when you first met Rihanna, did she smell like grapes? I just feel like she smells
That's
like...
the only fruit you can think of?
Or pineapple, something exotic.
First and foremost, she was a youth when I met her. She was like 14, 15. So like when I met her, like, you know what I'm saying? She was like...
No fruits allowed in this conversation.
Shout out to Rihanna, but when I met Rihanna, like, look, she literally had just come from Barbados. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what year was this around?
This was 04, 05.
But then she hit 18.
Around them times.
Was she smelling like
grapes? You fast forward mad shit right now, bro.
I just feel like she smells exotic.
You just want to get straight to the fruit.
Grapes are not exotic,
Yes,
N.O.R.E.
it is. To me, it is.
Grapes, you can get in fucking
but you can take grapes and make wine.
Here's the question, though. What does a grape smell like, though? Huh? Actual grapes don't actually even smell like anything.
See, this is where you got to get.
A Concord grape.
This is where you got to get creative. This is where you got to get creative. You got to think that the grapes smell like wine. You got to think it's advanced already. Like it smells like wine.
Like it's fermented?
Fermented fresh wine.
Well, for the record, I was not interested in smelling her.
Okay, right.
At that time.
I'm just playing. Yeah. 18. I'm talking about 18, be honest. But okay, so
then him being on the demo, Morgan was Mr. Morgan, who was your manager at the time and friends with all of them.
That's how actually I met you.
I'm counting Mr. Morgan's pockets right now.
I'm counting Mr. Morgan's pockets right now. Beyond countable.
I need a loan, Mr. Morgan.
Beyond countable right now. So he brought me in. Rihanna was signed to these 2 producers that lived in New York, like in Bronxville. You know Bronxville? Like,
absolutely not.
It's in Westchester County.
Okay.
Whatever. So we go to the studio, I meet her, she's I guess 16, 17, whatever, and they want me to hear the joints and just get my opinion, and I heard the ones with Cardi on it, all that shit, and I was like, oh, this shit is fire, and then they made Ponder Replay.
Ponder Replay.
And at the time I had my show on the radio.
Did you have Nina Sky?
Yeah,
what was Nina Sky's song?
Nina Sky
Same shit, like DJ played my song, right? Wasn't it?
Nah.
What's Nina's
Movie Body?
Oh, Movie Body. Yeah, definitely. So sorry.
Yeah, I had kind of already stopped messing with Nina Sky by this time, but then they wanted me to. So I said, "Yo, can I play that on the radio?" And they were like, "Oh, we trying to get a deal. That might be dope to get like already getting played on Hot 97." And it had like a Caribbean feel to it. So I said, "Okay, I'm gonna play it on the radio this weekend." And I'm literally the first person to ever play it. Ever. And literally Rihanna said she was in the mall, I think in Brooklyn with her grandmother, and was in a toy store and had to put on like a toy radio.
She wasn't buying a toy though.
No, she was just in the mall, but then because then someone told her I was gonna play it, so she went in the store and put on like a toy radio and heard her song for the first time, and I played that shit.
That's wild.
Over and over, and
I remember.
And then she goes to get the deal. And at the time,
it was before the deal that you're playing the record already.
Way before.
Man,
before.
Listen, man, he got the deal. That's what you're basically saying.
So I'll tell you how I got the deal. So they went for the meeting.
This
is the part.
Talk your shit.
This is the part.
You didn't need Cardi to back you up.
Yes, he do. Let's take a shot soon. Let's go.
No, this is the part. This is the part that gets kind of erased a little bit, and I don't know why.
You don't want it to get erased, or you do want it to get erased?
No, I don't want it.
Okay, let's go.
It gets erased.
Okay.
So Jay, I was working with Jay at the time on some shit, and me and Jay had a fight at the 4040 Club.
You washed them up?
Argument, no, an argument.
I feel like Jay would win. I'm gonna be honest.
Jay-Z
see where he's gonna go with that.
In a fist fight.
I feel like Jay would win.
Yeah, he was definitely body.
Why you don't doubt yourself that much?
Yeah, but you see Jay the other day, he got he got with T.I., like he flossed with this shit. Like, I ain't gonna front I'm gonna ask him if you take an HGH. Like, come on, nigga. Your hair growing, all type of ways. Like, this nigga look, yo, I'm on you, home. Because if HGH is hot, you need to tell me. Because I need to get my chest poking out, too. All right, go ahead.
So
No, Cipha ain't taking no shot, I'm gonna be honest. You take a shot, let's Tiger Ball.
I'll take a Tiger Ball.
That's organic.
Yeah, I'll take a Tiger Ball.
You know, that's roots in culture.
Yeah, it's roots.
That's roots in culture, yeah.
It's also Wu-Tang Clan.
Okay, so before we do this, let's also big up. Wait, EFN. Let's big up to our people, Greek lightning. You know what I mean? When it's time for that lightning thunder.
Yo, you've never done a better ass than are they the reason? Am I getting cut out of Greek lightning? Yo, Greek lightning, what the fuck, bro?
No, when it's time for that thunder and that thunder.
No, I'm not seeing this paycheck. Greek lightning, fuck you, man. We love Greek lightning.
Man, you know what I mean? When it's time, man, you know what I mean? When it's time to unwind and get slime, you get that Greek lightning, you know what I mean? But right now, you know what I mean? We are taking Tiger Bone because I'm standing in front of two legends, man, and I wanna, so many times it's overlooked in this game how hard it is to stay relevant and how hard it is to have 10 years in this game and still be who you are. So many people, they do survive those 10 years, but they turn into a whole different type of animal, different type of objects, and the further they get, and that's dope. I get it. I get what change this should be changed, but there's something that should not never change. Is that we're superheroes, and the thing that we dedicate to our community when we, put our face. I can't never take my face off and go to McDonald's and say I'm off. We can't never do that. Like, this is a 24-hour job, even when we're not at it. So I want y'all to know that I appreciate that. I want y'all. That's why we set up this format, because we want to give people their flowers while they're here. We want people to know that we appreciate it. Like, I really look at hip hop like superheroes. Like, I can really live off of hip hop. Like, for real. Like, I'm one of those guys. Like, I've really probably never listened to a whole other genre of album. Like, you know what I mean? Because I'm that insane. But I want y'all to know that as long as I'm alive, we're gonna keep hip hop the fuck alive. You know what I'm saying? This is the rap of the day. Salute.
Now this ain't that bad, yo.
You're Jamaican, that's good.
Yeah, you're Jamaican,
Yo, why the man? This is our roots tonic crew, boy.
Yeah, it's our roots,
Give him the whole bottle.
I thought it was soy sauce.
No, that's
it's like soy sauce.
Yeah, it's an ancient Chinese secret for sure.
Woo.
So then from there, so you start playing the record.
So Jay. So this is the part that gets erased. So Jay said.
You had an argument, you had a fight.
Yeah, Jay was like, I don't know. I was like, yo, that girl Rihanna's dope. Been playing it on the radios, getting good reaction. I think you should sign her. And it was like a little iffy. Like, I don't know, maybe the song might be bigger than her. Not sure. We had an argument. I'm like, I'm telling you, she's dope. I'm thinking Caribbean vibes.
That's a good point, though. That's a good point. The song being bigger than her at the time.
The song was bigger than her at the time.
It's a good point.
She definitely surpassed all of that. Right. Yeah, at the time, that song was way big. A lot of people come out with a song like that and they never could follow it, right? Yeah. So we had this argument, and I'm thinking Caribbean vibes. I'm like, I could break this artist, right? Because that's what I do. Like,
but Jay's at the helm of Def Jam at this point. That's why you guys are having an argument.
He was the president of Def Jam.
Did he have Rocket Off a Million at that time too?
This is after that. This is after that.
It was forming at the same time. That's why I was working.
The only reason I say that is because remember, like when they first came to Carabana, that's when like Tierra Marie and all them people
that's
came.
The funny thing. I was just talking about a party. I was just at. Right? I mean, not just that. Back in the days when I'm thinking about you guys. And I think it was me and Ike from Def Jam. And when we went to the party.
Big up Ike.
When we went to the party, here's the funny shit. The closer was Tierra Marie. The opener was Rihanna.
Yeah.
So we went and we saw, and I don't know why, I was like, I fucked up. Because I was supposed to do a record with her. And I was like, I saw the stardom right there. And I'll tell you this. When Tierra Marie got off that stage, the whole club followed her.
Wow.
And I don't know
followed
if that.
Rihanna?
No, followed Tierra Marie. And I don't know, because I have nothing, I've never physically been in the same room with Rihanna that I know of. Like, but as an artist, I can look at that and see that motivation. Like, what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can see, like, if she used to ever say, yo, you know, I went to a party one night and the whole club damn near followed this one act when I wanted to be the shit, I can say I was at that party. You know what I'm saying? I was there. Because I was, you know, I really go as a fucking fan. Like, the other day, this is crazy. I'm in Racket. And Kid Capri comes like, yo, come say what's up to me. But I was like, if I say what's up to you, Kid Capri, then I'm gonna lose my spot to watch you.
Wow, that's crazy.
I want to stay in my spot to watch him more. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna say what's up to you when you're done. Like, I'm that much of a fan. I really didn't want to lose my spot. I said, I got your phone number, dude. I really was like, yo, I'm gonna stand right here. I don't know, I'm just, you know, I'm that much of a
well, you know what's wild was also the Ponder Replay video was shot in Toronto too. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So when you go in there, like, I'm in that video, but it's like there's like it's basically like all Toronto people.
But why? This is what I'm saying, man. People not giving us our fucking credit. Right. Yo, I'm not. Listen, people was rooting for. They was gonna sign her. I know. I looked Jay-Z in the face, and we had an argument about why he should sign her, right? And then
his argument was not to sign her.
No, he was just
fucking with you because you like it.
No, he was like, I don't know if the record is bigger than her. I don't know if we should sign her as an artist or if it's just a song.
A single deal.
Listen, he was president of the company. We were having a A&R president argument, but it was so weird because it was in the vestibule, like the outside.
Are you an A&R of Def Jam at this point? Or is this?
Cipha had his pockets in everybody.
I mean, come on, you were the one who just said it.
I don't remember exactly if I had already gotten the job. I think I got the job because of Rick Ross, because he worked with Rick Ross and Rihanna,
Pharrell, and Def Jam at one point. Like,
I did have a job as an A&R. I don't know if it was at that moment. It was right around the same time. I'm gonna tell you another story. So whatever. So she gets the deal, right? We the shit to her. He's on her record. I broke the record. She loves us to death. We go to Toronto to shoot the video. I'm the DJ in the video about, hey, Mr. DJ, that's me. He's fucking dancing in the video. No, but like, who did the video?
I'm the DJ. He's dancing.
I think Little X did it.
Yo, Little X.
Little X fucked up two of my videos.
First videos, like Little X is from him, like the Sean Paul video that Little X got famous from looks exactly like Cardi's video because that's where he got cut his teeth on doing Cardi videos, and then he blew up. And you know what I'm saying? He made all these videos. So we go back to Toronto where they from. We shoot the shit. This is where I fucked up. I know exactly where I fucked up.
She was you the manager?
She wanted me to DJ, go on a tour with her. And I didn't. I had Stockholm Syndrome at Hot 97.
Stockholm? What is that?
Yeah, he was like kidnapped.
I was a prisoner, but I loved my captain.
Oh shit, I heard of that.
Yeah, that's
like
what Stockholm
you love the person that kidnapped you.
Okay. Yeah, so that was
holy shit, this is ill.
We try to do it to everybody at Quick Chance. You have Stockholm Syndrome right now.
So then we go and so she wanted me to DJ. I didn't do it. I put my boy Max Glazer on.
But wait, you were touring with Little Kim at that time or no?
No, this is way after.
Okay,
way
cool.
after.
Yeah.
I was just moving a lot at the radio station, and I thought I should have left. I should have went on tour with Rihanna. I fucked up. But anyway, another thing that happened right before we get to it, just a sidebar. Like last year when Jay-Z put out 444, he was on Saturday Night Live, and the second song he performed was with Damian Marley, right? And I was at there because I toured with Michael Che from SNL. So I was at the show, and I'm looking on stage, and I see Jay and I see Damian Marley, and I go, oh shit. I introduced them to each other in fucking 05 or some shit.
Hot Night Jamaica?
Because we tried to, no, it was at BB King's.
Okay, in my mind, it's Hot Night Jamaica.
And Foxy was performing, and Foxy was
Big up to Foxy Brown,
to Jay-Z, and then Damian Marley was performing, and I was like, Jay, you gotta meet this dude, this is Bob Marley's son. He got one of the hottest reggae records, Welcome to Jam Rock's Fire, Junior Gone. I introduced them to each other, and then years later, we tried to sign Damian Marley. The Marley family was like, we don't sign to rappers. Stop it. But anyway, but the deal was close. And so that's how I got a job, because I brought Rick Ross, Rihanna, Damian Marley, and I was part of True Life situation. And so I go to SNL and I see both of them. I said, yo, Damian, I said, you remember I introduced you to each other. And they were like, oh shit, that's right. And I was like, you motherfuckers always forget my fucking part. You forget my part. But anyway, so yeah. So then after Rihanna gets signed, you know what Caravana is in Toronto, right? It's the fucking craziest West Indian festival.
We've been trying to go over there.
It's the crazy shit.
Camp it out.
I'll be honest, I got one thing to say. Please remember everything you're about to say.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got it on.
Why?
Ladies, when you get dressed up in the suit, I don't like when you put on sneakers.
What do you mean?
Like, I don't like the sneaker shit.
Sometimes for carnival, they gotta do that.
Like, you're sexy up until your ankle. Then you
You talking about the carnival outfit?
Yeah, and then they got in the street, bro. And then they got on fucking Wally clocks on. Like, what are you walking on? Look at motherfucker. You got on 7 years old Pumas. Come on. You got on Air Force Ones and shit like that. Come on, you sexy all the way to here. Go throughout the whole shit.
Yeah.
Wear some sexy flats, if that's what's the case. Wear some sexy flats.
But they gotta be, they're like doing like 10, 15 miles. They can't do that in no
Listen,
flats, bro.
Listen. It fucks me up. They gotta figure it out. Because I be looking and I be like, no feet. I can't look. It's just all
You can't look past that. And
I cannot.
See, I need that. I can't stand stripper shoes when they fucking toes go on television.
Like, you gotta go all the way through with it for me. Like I be seeing the real Caribbean ones. They be having the good flats on.
That's a lie.
No, I'm telling you, I've been studying.
Not 7 miles.
I don't know about the 7 miles. I think they exaggerate a little bit.
Anytime that like you're playing mass, like you know what I'm saying, like you're doing the whole route,
right?
And it's like I've done that whole route, fam, and it's like I wouldn't do it in anything less than
Puerto Rican Day Parade, man.
Listen, man, I'll be honest.
Wilder, yo.
Yeah.
Listen,
I know. I'm trying to give him the distance.
Yeah.
I have never took the distance into consideration, but I still don't think that's a good enough excuse. Like, if you're gonna go all the way out, I want the whole Caribbean. I want everything. Don't think of everything Caribbean and you got on Pumas, nigga. Like, you got on motherfucking Tom Joneses. Like, come on, my dude. Like, I want to see the everything. Like, I want to see the strip dances. I don't even know what they make us drink on Tom Joneses. But go ahead, and they keep forgetting you, psych. Let's leave it from there.
So then
Keep GFC. Give them the fucking credit.
So Jay-Z's president of Def Jam, Rihanna's out, Tia Marie's out, Foxy Brown, a couple other things. They want to do this whole big Caravana takeover.
Rock the band.
Right, yeah, Rock the band. So like I go up there with them, with the whole Rockefeller family, Jay-Z, Jay Brown, everybody. Of course, they gotta hit this guy. Son, tell him what you do.
I mean, I got the wild call.
Son,
like,
murdered it.
Who was Jay's manager at the time? What's his name?
John Manili.
John Manili. He was my accountant as well. Jay's getting so much money, he fired himself. And then he started working for Jay. That's how much.
Very interesting.
That's how much money Jay was getting. He's all our accountants.
I'm fired.
Yeah, my accountant. He said, I'm fired. I'm going to work for Jay. Like, Jesus,
And then I hire you.
how much money is he getting at this time? I was motherfucking out of this world. Okay, I'm sorry.
So I think
moments.
so. He helped. It was either Theo or Morgan.
Theo Sutton?
Shout out to Theo.
So you got Theo Sutton, man?
Oh,
You
yeah.
flossing out here. Y'all been
Yo, I've
flossing.
been with Theo since 98.
Some of these names y'all dropping.
Yo, I've been with Theo since Theo
These
used to
niggas
like
is out
be at
here.
the shows in like Timberlands and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been with Theo like when he had like mad underground MCs out on his roster. You know what I'm saying?
Rick Ross shit on him recently. You heard that?
No.
Yeah, he said.
Really?
Yeah, no.
Theo's a man. Big up Theo.
Okay, but biggest.
Anyway, so they're like, yo, they want you to be like a surprise guest, so like you gotta hold it down, can't tell nobody, but they want you.
Rihanna said, or
Yeah.
So here's the thing. It was supposed to be Rihanna, Tierra Marie. Was Aztec supposed to perform?
Aztec. Whoa.
I don't know. He was there. I don't
Wasn't he?
remember.
So, anyways, them two for sure. Jay said he wasn't performing. Kanye was there, said they weren't performing.
They were doing TV show, like all the hip hop
Yeah,
and
the
R&B
media
TV
circuit.
show,
Yeah,
media.
yeah.
We were going to all these TV shows, and then there was this one big party. It was like in a
Nah, they took over a parking lot, yo.
a whole parking lot.
Yeah, they just took it over. And what's wild is like earlier that day, that's the first time I met him. And like imagine the first time I'm meeting Jay-Z, he's like, yo, I want to thank you for being a part of that Rihanna shit. And I'm like, alright, but in my brain I'm like, yo, like that's wild crazy to me, you know what I'm saying?
It didn't cross your mind like Hov owed me a favor. Immediately I'm like, yeah, you might, right?
Might just.
That's why.
But you know what I'm saying? So like he was like real super appreciative and it was crazy, but yeah, like we came out, Cipha, you know what I'm saying? Cipha DJ'd for me and
you mashed up the place.
No.
yo, it was crazy.
Did I say it correct?
No, it
You
was
said okay, but you didn't say with enough oomph of what he did.
Okay, so say it again. How should I say it?
He was,
yo, this is
Mash up the place?
Oh Lord, man, this is
Yo,
how come they don't do this shit to Cubans?
Yo, here's the problem. Here's the thing.
I mean, they do it to Cubans.
Listen, they know who Cardi is.
You know what's
They
crazy? Every time you say
appreciate-
Cardi, a lot of people is gonna listen to this and they're gonna think we talking about. Does that ever bother? Make sure we stick because you don't really
got
get
it.
high.
I got it.
So do you ever like hear people calling on Cardi and like does it
It was weird at first because you gotta think. I think in like 1 year there was like Playboy Cardi B.
Oh, I didn't think that.
There was a next
There's
Cardi
another
from like the
kid, yeah.
Midwest.
Yeah.
Like in like within like 1 year span, I went from having this original name to like 4 big ass artists like with the name.
Wow.
So imagine if somebody came out and their name was they called themselves N.O.R.E.
I don't like
it was
DJ
weird,
N.O.R.E.
like, it was
DJ N.O.R.E. You
weird.
gotta change your name.
You know, it was
DJ N.O.R.E.
Yeah, DJ N.O.R.E. He's my man, but I don't like it though. I just want to be honest about it. No, I don't like it.
Like I'm used to it now, but you know what I'm saying? Like people that call me Cardi, for me, it kind of like I know where you come from. Yeah, I know where. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah, that's
from
true, because
the
his
biggest.
name is Carter now, but Cardi's the nickname, but these other people, that's their rap name, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's weird.
Is there any specific pronunciation in Kardinal? I feel like I've heard.
I tried to almost do it phonetically. You know what I'm saying?
Because
Like
we had Tory Lanez, and I said Cardinal. He said Kardinal.
well, the thing,
Official.
here's the thing. You're first generation Cuban, right?
Yeah.
I'm first generation Jamaican, and like where I come from, like not to go too political, but what happened was not the Trudeau that's in there now, but his father. Back in the 70s, they had this whole campaign to where they went to the Caribbean and they were enticing all the people from the Caribbean to come up to Canada, you know what I'm saying, to start a new life. And that's pretty much like how my family ended up coming up to Canada and how a lot of people came to Canada. Because what it was like, they called it like the great brain drain. So it's like at the time there were a lot of professionals, you know what I'm saying, doctors, professors, teachers from Jamaica, and the Caribbean period.
Right.
And everybody came up to start a better life in Toronto. So that's why you have such a big Caribbean population, you know what I'm saying, that was in Toronto. But same thing was happening, you know, London, you know what I'm saying, Brooklyn,
London don't got
Miami.
London don't got poutine.
Nah, but they got fish and chips though.
Poutine.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
I fucks with poutine.
You do. You fucks with it.
I fucks with poutine.
Mad random Canadian fact. All your Drink Champs listeners are like, the fuck is poutine?
Exactly. You know what poutine is?
Look it up. It's like fries with gravy and cheese.
I know poutine from New Orleans though.
Oh, they got that in?
You are disrespectful right now.
Why?
I'm just being honest. That was not the answer.
I know. You know what? Actually, I lied. But it was in the French area when we went to Canada.
Quebec.
Good.
When we went on tour in Canada.
Good cleanup.
Yes.
Good cleanup.
No, that's what. No. But it is in New Orleans because there's a French influence.
Yeah, but I'm saying when I think of poutine, first I had poutine. It's like the promoters were so excited. It's like we're gonna bring it to the poutine. I was like, I'm thinking this is weed and shit. I'm like, I'm down.
Well, you know, Cubans, poutine means another thing.
A little different. I didn't know, but when I was like, yo, every place, as a foodie, every place has their little dish, their little thing, like, you know what I'm saying, like when I go to Jamaica, I like roti.
No.
Trinidad.
Roti.
Okay, Trinidad is roti.
Yeah, don't eat any roti from Jamaica.
What I eat fucking Jamaica?
But there is roti in Jamaica.
Yeah, but it's a Trini thing.
Yeah, the national dishes everywhere. As long as it ain't
Jamaica might be like, if you go to Jamaica, it depends. Like obviously the national dish is ackee and sawfish.
Of
you know
course,
what I'm saying?
yes.
So if it's not ackee and sawfish, then it's oxtail,
jerk
chicken,
anything
jerk chicken, festival.
Jerk human is out there. You can do anything.
Wow, jerk human.
Did you see the guy? He just got caught for eating 27 delivery pizza guys.
And you're putting that in Jamaica?
No. This is crazy. He's a
27 pizza guys.
Yeah,
he ate the 27.
Yeah, somebody Google this shit. This is hilarious.
He
was a cannibal. No, he was a cannibal. He was eating them. This is real shit. I don't know how we got here.
Yeah.
But this
I just asked Cardinal about his name, and we went to eating pizza.
Listen,
Is his name Kardinal Offishall?
I have the most slaughtered name of any MC
in the world. But I gave the world Slime, and there's 900 niggas named Slime, and not one of them say N.O.R.E gave me this. Not one of them. Like, listen, you can actually Google the facts from 2001 to 2004. Wasn't no one saying Slime. I put that on the record on a reunion album, and you Google that. It's Googleable.
Right.
This shit is Googleable. And everyone else, they waited 5 years. The good shit about hip hop is they ain't bite me immediately. They let me live.
They made it new again.
And then 5 years later, these niggas just start saying like, a couple of gang members started saying it, and they use it, which is great. Slang is slang. Slang is supposed to use whichever way. Yep. You know what I'm saying? I said water, and people still don't know what the fuck I meant. You know what I'm saying? But no, I'm talking about and paid in for some water. And niggas like, whoa, what the fuck? You know what I mean, right? Nigga, you don't know what I mean. You know what I mean. That's just sling. I'll sling it out. Nigga, what the fuck is he talking about? You know what I mean? But it's it. It's hip hop. You know what I'm saying? It's hip hop. So now, I ain't gonna lie.
He's not.
I Googled you, right? And like I Google everybody else. Yeah. And I'm searching for the negativity.
Of Cardinal or Cipha?
Well, I know his negativity.
Yeah, you know.
So I'm searching. Yeah. And literally, the only negative of your whole career, your whole stint, is The City Is Mine. Is that it? Is that the name of the song?
Yep.
So Drake had a song called The City Is Mine. Yeah. You being a Jamaican, you being an official hip hop historian, you got on this beat and you made it yours.
That's what you Googled?
No.
That's the Google.
That's what I came up with myself. That's what I came up with myself. So this is what I came up with myself. This is the new up and coming guy. He gets on an interview and says, I was mad because you did that. Right. Any other time, this is a normal thing. Yeah. Now I have to ask, because I really don't know. I'm being honest. I have to ask. Were you getting on that beat being disrespectful? Or you was just, this was some...
So...
And this is real honest. Can we do another shot? We're doing another shot. In between. Go ahead. I need just answer.
So never spoke on this. Probably never will again. But what's interesting is like Drake... I used to live, at that time, I used to live in a neighborhood called Oakwood and Vaughan. And Drake used to live not too far away. I think he was still in Forest Hill at the time.
Forest Hills, okay, all right.
Not in Queens.
And there was a guy.
This is the Queens part of Canada. Stop that, like.
There was a guy from my crew at the time, Road Dollar, who was like, he came to me one day. He was like, "Yo, there's this rap." Like he was going crazy. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, "Yo, you have to check this nigga out. You have to check him out." I was like, "All right, cool." Right. And he's like, "Yo, he's on Degrassi, whatever." Now here's the thing. In 2019, 2020, it makes perfect sense. Right. At the time, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
He takes out Degrassi.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
but he's like, he was like, nah. He's like, so here's the other thing that like people have to understand. At that time, Degrassi was like the #1 show between for ages like 12 to 18. But we grew up on Degrassi in Canada. Like we had Degrassi since I was like a little kid.
Okay, sorry. So for being naive, because I really don't know.
Yeah.
That is a Canada soap opera.
It's a kid show. It's like
like a kid.
Didn't we have something in the
soap
U.S.
opera.
Degrassi Junior?
It
the same one?
Same
It's the
one.
same
They
one.
just played
It's
it
the same
here.
one, but then like
Same
America
actor.
picked it up.
It was the same show. They just played it in America. It was a
Same
Canadian
shit.
show.
Because I heard that shit.
Yeah.
I heard that
Used to shoot,
It was like a kid. It was like a kid show, but like kind of like a little soap opera, but with like messages.
And he was the wheelchair dude, right?
He got shot.
Eventually,
He got shot in the show?
In the show,
Yeah, we stuck in the show.
Jesus.
So, so he was, so Ro was like, like, this is the guy. So, I remember I was like, tell him to come through the crib, cause you know what I mean? He didn't live too far and I had a studio in the crib, so he came to check me or whatever. And, it was a thing to it was interesting, cause at the time, like, I don't personally know why he doesn't, and that's up to him, like he's a grown man, but his story is mad interesting, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't just always like roses, like he really, you know what I'm saying, like grinded it out and like did a lot of different shit, you know what I'm saying? And it's like when he came to the crib, he played me his mixtape, he's like, yeah, people are fronting on my mixtape. Actually, no, he left it at the crib, and I'm like, I'm gonna check it. You know what I mean? I'm
Is this a
listening
mixtape
to it.
anybody heard or just?
Yeah, it's a mixtape that's out. It's mad. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like one of the early ones, but it was 1,000% fire. 1,000% fire. So you know what I'm saying? He was like, I would love it. You know what I'm saying? If you could get on the City Is Mine joint. I'm like, all right, cool. So I did my verse. You know what I'm saying? That's how I got the shit open. I did my verse and I sent it to them. You know what I'm saying? And basically, like, I don't know what happened after that, but I was like, here's the shit. Check it out. Sent it to them. Whatever happened. I don't need to go, like...
But for the sake of hip-hop, and for the sake of this show.
Yeah.
Only for the sake of those things.
Only for the sake of this, because we need to address this, because I literally this is the only confusing thing that I can see in your career that's not. Do you think, and it's your honest opinion, you think you smoked it?
What, the verse?
Yeah.
I mean, I just did my
Because I would do that. Like, if I was coming up, like, I ain't gonna lie. It's like, niggas smoke me, fuck it. This nigga's not on this record no more. I would do that. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
So, all right, so listen.
But you think that was the
First of
issue?
all,
Was that the issue?
I'm asking, do you think that was the
Before, I'm
issue?
just saying, I just want to jump in before any answer
I
comes
like
out.
Cipha shots. Let's give Cipha another
Give me a
shot.
shot.
Please. Yes.
This man right here, Kardinal Offishall, he's my friend, he's my
dirty
brother.
wines on beats.
This is my brother. When it comes to studio time,
Ball for ball.
there's no, you can't even talk. I'll be like, when we gonna get to? He's like, you see me pacing and writing right now, don't talk to me. Like, the nigga smokes everything. The reason why he's not considered the greatest that he should be is because his shit is so ill that you gotta listen 10 times before you even fucking understand it. So, did he smoke that? I'm gonna say yes. I don't even remember it because he smokes everything.
Listen,
He doesn't fucking play in that booth.
I think we gotta make the noise next.
Cardi has 5 different fans that is hilarious to watch him walk down the street, right? Because they'll be like just Jamaican fans, and they're like, yo, that's my MC, my DJ, and just straight Jamaican shit. Then there's like Brooklyn backpack niggas, boot camp niggas, and they be like, yo, Kardinal, you the illest, my nigga. You know, and then there's white girls that like the dangerous song, like, oh my God, you're so dangerous. Like, so you can see them people walk up to him like when we in the airport or some shit, and I'll be like, oh, he gonna be a Jamaican fan, or he gonna be a real rap fan, you know what I mean? It's the illest shit. So that's how I answer your question.
So you think the guy? Now, Cypher, let me ask you. No. I want to keep it to you. I gotta, because you ain't never really speak about this.
No.
So in your opinion, do you think that they got the joint, you smoked this verse, and they didn't want to use it?
Nah, it was never nothing like that. To be honest, like, it was just, here's the thing, like.
So when they didn't use it, you threw it out?
Huh?
You threw it out yourself?
Nah, it wasn't even like, you have to understand, like, at that time, like, I didn't even know, like, you know, like he was definitely like going for it, but it's not like at the time he was like where he is now. Like he was just starting out. So it was something to where it's like I respected it, and I told him like trust me, he'll be in this seat one day. He needs to be, because I think that he really needs to tell people, you know what I mean, like all sides of it. But it's like he is been one of the nicest, nice, like people don't understand. He was what people would consider like a backpack rapper, like straight, just
you
bars.
can tell he's a student of the game.
That's where he comes from. Yeah. So I mean, so here's the thing. I went away on tour. When I came back, you know, my guys was like, yo, blah blah blah. And there's whatever the fuck mix-up was going on. But I come from a generation where like we just like this is pre-social media, all that internet shit or whatever. I'm like, yo, I called up the man. I'm like, yo, we gotta go talk this out, see what I go on. So I went down to studio. Socrates was there. You know what I'm saying? And we went down and like whatever. Like the funny thing was, I know what you're talking about because that's the only negative shit that ever comes up. I never watched that post till like 15 years later. So I had no idea what he said. But to me, as the OG, like it wasn't important. So we went down and, you know what I'm saying, we spoke about it, and, you know, we just talked it out, and it was just, you know what I'm saying, it was so random, like literally that day.
But what was the actual beef? Go ahead. Because
it wasn't actually a beef.
Okay.
And that's the thing that like now we can laugh
about. Did they feel like that verse was never supposed to come out of yours?
Listen, I did the verse, hold that. Everything else after that, like it was what it was.
What are you saying?
No, because I'm wondering. No, I'm wondering how did it come out? Because I mean, did one of your camp leak it? That happens too.
I gave it to them.
You gave it to them.
I emailed it to them. Hold this.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like whatever happened after that, like it's whatever. Like to me, I'm like, yo, do whatever you want to do with it. You know what I'm saying? But
so you're asking if he released it?
How did it come out? They didn't use it on the actual album. And
I don't even know if it was an album. Like he wasn't making albums at those times. It was like
you know what I'm trying to say, like whatever.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. We went down and we talked it out, and this is important because I know a lot of times, you know, I listen to the show like every single week, and I always listen.
I've never heard it at all.
The original Dream Champ Army.
I listen to all the discussions about like young generation, old generation, and the conversation that we had was like a precursor to like a Drink Champs type of thing, because I'm like, yo, when I was a kid, I didn't know how old Chuck D was. I didn't know how old Big Daddy Kane was, Ice Cube. It wasn't a thing.
It didn't matter.
Yo, who cared? Like, I was like,
was it dope? Or
you know what I'm saying?
Dope?
But the thing is, though, he came up at a time when, for whatever reason, they paid close attention to how old somebody was, this, that, whatever.
Well, that's the first diss. Like when a person's fat, the person's like, fat nigga, like this first thing you can say. You know what I'm saying? When you wear glasses, 4 eyes, like you know what I'm saying? Like that's
battle shit.
Simplistic.
That's battle shit.
That's a simplistic way of thinking. Like whatever's in your foresight, you just boom.
But the dope thing was when we went down to the studio, we had a great conversation, and that's how we ended up doing a song together that's called "The Last Hope," and that's on his mixtape called "Comeback Season." So the thing is, it's like me and Drake never have no beef. You understand what I'm saying? Like it was some random miscommunication shit, and like even on that video or whatever, like you know what I'm saying, like. It's soft. You understand what I'm saying? Like
the video was ironic. I'll tell you why. Because he's talking about you. Because obviously I had to look at. Well, I was like, oh shit, I totally forgot about that. But when I looked at it, and he says, yeah, because he's the OG. I see him open up for Jay-Z, and I see him do records with the Clips and Pharrell. And then he goes, but now I'm doing records with the Clips. And I was like, wow, this is crazy.
Yeah.
This is the only person that put a damage in his unmarked skin. Yeah. Like that one pimple came from Pusha T.
Right.
And it was crazy. Like in the midst of him beefing with you, I don't know what the fuck. I don't know. That shit was just ill to me. Like I was just like, wow.
I mean, yo, it's wild, and you know, like. Listen, at the end of the day, like me and him are good. I think it was the first OVO fest that he brought me out and all the rest of that shit.
And I DJ'd.
Wow.
And
I mean, you really get an invite to the OVO Fest, man. My felonies has been cleared
He's been
up.
inviting us to everything he's doing every year.
Yeah, come
Listen,
on.
I need the man some time. Get their passport.
Yo, I got my passport. Where you going? I just came from Dominican Republic or somewhere.
His Christmas party every year is the most.
But yo, here's the thing that you need to understand about me at the end of the day. Like, whether it be, and you know, you can do any type of research, like whether it's Drake, whether it's Kanon, whether it's, I don't know, like mad people, like I'm somebody that I'm gonna do a joint with you if you're from my city. Because at the end of the day, like, I'll be honest, the reason why I came up with the song that's called Bacardi Slang, and when I first came out, and the hook said everybody knows it's the T-Dot, it was not about me, it's about my city. Because I grew up hearing, like, you know, MC Light saying, kick this one for Brooklyn. Like, I always heard MCs rep where they from, whether it's West Coast, you know, Brooklyn, Queens. Like, I grew up listening to Juice Crew, All Stars, and all that shit.
What
you know
year
what
was it? I'm sorry to bounce from, but what year was it where people thought that you and Drake was beefing? Was that 2010?
I don't know.
Well, around that time, this is the crazy shit. No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure when the time it was, but I remember going to Canada and me saying, like, what's going on to the 6? And they was like, nah, this is the T-Dot. And I was like, I didn't know it was because I had older fans or whatever, but I did not keep saying the 6. I stopped that immediately.
Yeah, but you know what?
I said it twice and I said, oh
like,
no.
I personally don't care if you call it, we have so many nicknames, Screwface Capital, Mega City, T-Dot, the 6, whatever. As long as you bigging up Toronto, I don't really business. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, sure, you're gonna have people from my generation, like, it's nostalgic to them. So it's like, you know, when I came out with joints like Bacardi Slang, Old Time Killing, or, you know what I'm saying, like, when I'm on the, I'm gonna get to something in a second, but when we get to the,
we got so much to get to.
When we got to the grinding remix,
take a shot and then I'm gonna take a pee-pee, man.
Yo, EFN as a DJ, who had the better grinding remix?
Ooh.
Salute.
Did we knock it out?
That's good.
Oh yes, eye to eye. Word
up. You guys talk about that when I go take a pee-pee.
You said the grinding remix of Pusha T, Joe? Before we get to that,
Woo. Yeah.
I want to address that video, or address the issues. You think Drake and Pusha? Who did you think won?
Here's the thing. I plead the fifth when it comes to that.
That was a great
But
answer.
the only thing
I accept that from you.
But
No one else.
listen.
Okay.
I am always gonna defend Toronto.
I love that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm always gonna defend Toronto. So the thing is, of course, like the clips, like, you know, Malice and Pusha, like, listen, when I met Pharrell, because it was actually Pharrell that was the one that spearheaded that. He was in Toronto.
Spearheaded the beef?
No. Like the grinding remix, because he was in Toronto promoting like some N.O.R.E shit, and we was at this one club. I was going up the VIP entrance. He was coming out the VIP, and like we just met, like we literally just faced off. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, "Yo, I fucks with your shit," and I was like, obviously it's Pharrell, so I'm like, word? He's like, yo, I fucks with it heavy.
What year Pharrell?
This is right, like if grinding just dropped.
Okay, so he ain't dyed his hair at all. Yeah.
No,
his hair's not been dyed.
Regular color Pharrell.
Okay, yes, all right, cool.
Yeah.
But like, yo, he was like, yo, I want you to be on this grinding remix. And you know as well as I do, a lot of niggas will just say some shit. You're like, all right, cool, whatever.
Yeah, that's
yo, this nigga
shit.
FedEx the shit. That's how old you know it is. The nigga FedEx the shit.
Okay, you
and I got
had the 2-inch rail. You had the rail.
My nigga,
you had the little
FedEx the real
a little Dolph. Yeah.
Actually, no. It was at the time we were using this.
That's okay. This okay.
But he FedExed it to me. I literally did my grind up and verse in 15 minutes.
Wow.
Send that shit back.
Wow.
And that's how, you know what I'm saying, how I met the clips and, you know what I'm saying, we did all that shit. But I've been knowing those guys, you know, from that time. Right. So when the Pusha and Drake beef, you know, went off, like for me, I gotta be Team Toronto all day. To the end, you know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is.
Would you do a verse? If Drake would have called you and said, listen, man, it's on. We invaded America.
Hey, what do you mean?
Fuck these niggas. You, Tory Lanez, and we grabbing a couple of other niggas. And we said it.
I'm in there, B.
You know?
I'm in there, yo. That's what it is. Yo, listen, listen, one
I ain't no front. Y'all can hold your own country down. Listen, now that I think about it, y'all niggas can lock down from Toronto to Vancouver, and y'all really don't need us.
No, that's not true.
It's not true.
So I went too far. We don't know.
I don't know. You know why? I always felt like Texas artists never needed to promote outside of Texas. That's how I always kind of felt, in my opinion.
There's no infrastructure.
Like you look at these guys. Most of these guys are rich in Texas, and some of them you never even heard. Like, and you from the South too.
Let me tell you something. The city of Toronto is my favorite place on the planet, next to London and Tokyo. It is the most fierest city. I love going there. Vancouver's dope too. There's a couple other cities that are dope, but there's no people in the middle. So like, it's a huge country, but it doesn't have the population that we have. You know what I'm saying?
What you talking about? They don't got a lot of us.
No, just people.
Like in the middle?
People.
Like Negroes?
No. All kinds of people.
Okay.
The population of Canada is not that much.
Here's something you need to know. The population of Canada.
I'm gonna solve this problem. We're gonna bring some Puerto Ricans out there. And we're gonna start fucking everything.
The entire population lives within 100 miles of the border.
Yeah.
The entire population lives within 100 miles of the Canadian-American border. So north of that, it's nothing. It's land. So although the country is actually bigger than America, it's not populated because it's cold as fuck, forested, all that shit. So there ain't really nowhere or no need to live up.
But Toronto though is the shit. And that used to be my little secret hideaway. That was my desert oasis. It has the baddest bitches on the planet.
You look like you slang something out there.
I'm not saying it's
Why you talking, man?
I don't give a fuck.
Let loose, man.
I used to go to Toronto, the baddest chicks, great food, the best parties, because Caribbean music is in the mainstream, right? It's not like
it's like Miami up north.
You don't hear a Caribbean set.
He did not agree with you, by the way.
No, I know what you're saying. No, because you have to go to a Caribbean party in Miami, right? You know what I'm saying?
No, in Miami, Caribbean. We are Caribbean.
Right.
We feel like we're in the Caribbean.
The music shit, but there's a lot more Spanish influence here. There's not?
I mean, but no, Haitian, Jamaican.
Of course, yes. In the music scene, though, there's a lot of Spanish music comes from.
But they don't play no Spanish music in Toronto.
Hey guys, Spanish music is also in the Caribbean as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's not be idiots.
I'm talking about you go to a pop Saturday night white boy party, and reggae music is all intertwined in that shit. And it's not like, ew, why are they playing reggae? Like, it's like in the mix.
It's a part of the culture.
It's part of the culture up there. So 3 people ruined Toronto for me.
3 fucking people?
Cardi's one of them, but that's Little X. Ruined it because Little X got so fucking
The director,
dope.
not to be confused with Little
No, sorry, the director X. His name now is Director X, but Little X.
And not to be confused with Ecstasy neither.
No, not exactly. He did so
No,
many.
you might want to take a piece.
He was doing all the music videos, and he was bringing all the Toronto chicks to be in the videos, and everybody was like, "Who the fuck are those girls?" Okay. Then Vince Carter, when he was on the Raptors, he was getting he owned a club.
What about Hollywood? Hollywood's shooting mad films in Toronto.
Yeah, but they didn't say
as New York.
Paid in Full was shot in Toronto. A lot of people don't know that. Most of Paid in Full
as New York.
But they didn't say it was Toronto. They were hiding it.
So you're saying that doesn't count?
Doesn't count for ruining it.
Oh my god.
It counts for the city. It doesn't count to ruining it for me.
Side note, stick a pin in that. You know what's wild is I rewatched Paid in Full like a couple weeks ago. And what's hilarious is it's like all these characters, they're all Toronto niggas. Like Mike Fresh West was in the fucking movie, bro.
Oh yeah.
The same nigga we was talking about, he was in the movie. Who was he in the car with? He had like a prominent role too. Like he didn't say much, but
most of the major, like when they recreated New York, they couldn't recreate it because those areas look like nowadays
they always
New York.
shoot in Toronto.
So they go to Toronto. I swear to God, like I was scheduled. That's the reason the role I got. I was scheduled to go there, and that was the time that Toronto said no. You're criminal. Not criminal, eh?
So 3 people.
No, it's a criminal. We learned today. Not criminal is for the girl.
Vince Carter. No, Cardi's like
You
sidebar.
said he was one of them.
Because of Little X. That's how he blew up and stuff.
So he's not one. So it's just 2 more people left.
So Little X, Vince Carter, he had owned the club and had all the NBA players inside the club, and then all the bad Toronto bitches. To this day, I'm gonna say at least a quarter of the NBA players, when they have a bad bitch wife, they'll be like, yeah, oh no, my wife's from Toronto. Then
it's stable.
And then Drake came on and then just destroyed it. Drake brought all destroyed. Like I know niggas in the hood in New York where all they ever used to do was go to Miami. Now they be like, yeah, now we gonna go to Toronto, son.
But they also end up in Miami.
They do come to
Drake
Miami also.
Moved to Miami for a minute.
Yeah, they go back.
They go back.
Tory Lanez lives in Miami. They all come to Miami.
Yeah. Where you at, Cardi? Where you at, Cardi?
You had an apartment in Miami.
Now, you worked on the Chappelle show.
Yeah.
Doing skits or DJing?
DJ.
He was DJing. But now,
you could have done skits.
Yes. Stockholm Syndrome. Every time Dave asked me to be in a sketch, I was on the radio and I was like, I can't do it. I'm a dickhead.
You're a dick, dude.
No, I know.
Did you know you were being a dick at the time you were being a dick?
No, I had Stockholm Syndrome. I was a slave.
Oh, it was literally because of your job.
Yes.
So you could have been in the Ashley Larry skit.
I could have. There's 3.
You could have played ball as Prince.
I was in a couple of them.
You're an asshole for that. For yourself.
You could have played ball as Prince.
I know. It's why I'm here.
I feel bad. I feel bad for you in retrospect.
3 shots. 3 shots. There's the last shot. There's no more takeable?
I got 1,000 of these stories of shit.
No. There is takeable. Hold up a second.
Okay.
What was I drinking?
Let's talk about it.
This man went to the secret stash.
Yo, so the Chappelle show.
Yeah.
Wow. So I would like to establish this.
Yeah.
So even though you turned down the skits, did you ever see the skits?
All of them.
All of them prior to? So you had to play the music according to the skits, or how did this work?
No. They would shoot the sketches, and then they would get an audience. You know the part where he's on stage introducing the sketches?
Yeah.
I was the DJ of that part.
Wow.
So I was the DJ for the audience. So I'd introduce him.
Like Def Comedy Jam?
Yeah, but they didn't show me like Kick Capri. Yeah, Kick Capri had way more shine. But I was the DJ of that part. So we would see all the sketches before they aired.
Wow.
So it
was backstage or like with the
with the audience.
Okay.
With the audience.
Wow.
But me and Dave used to fuck around. He used to do like a half-hour warm-up before we even started taping. And me, I would play music, and that's where the Little John sketch came from. Because I would take an acapella of Little John and be like, what? Okay, what? And he would start imitating it, and then he would start doing a Little John impression, and then he was like, yo, can you get Little John?
That's crazy. GFC, give him the fucking credit.
Sorry, man. Wait.
Today is too much for me.
We got what?
I don't give a fuck.
So then Dave was like, yo, you funny, you should do comedy.
Right.
And I was
Wait, so that's where you got to do comedy?
I didn't do it at the time. Right. I should have, but that's what he was like, yo, you got a talent.
Wait, so you weren't doing at all comedy?
No.
That was not a part of your portfolio?
Not at all. It was I was just funny. I was like road trip funny on the, you know what I mean, like with my friends.
Right.
And he used to be like, nah, you got something, you should do comedy.
Dave Chappelle told you that.
Dave Chappelle. You can't open this.
Wait up. Dave Chappelle told you that?
Yeah.
And you had to take it serious from then.
Well, later on I did.
Okay. Continue.
And then so I met Dave back then. But the reason I know Dave is because Dave is a fucking hip hop junkie, yo. Like it's not even a game with him. Like he to me is a rapper and a comedian. Like that's all he cares about is music and comedy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And Cardi, him and Kardinal got cool.
Are we gonna have to start calling him Cardi O?
No,
that sounds horrible.
That's something different. That's an exercise shit.
Yeah, okay.
That's an exercise.
Cardio! I didn't realize that. That's hard. That's my bartender name. They call me Cardio N.O.R.E.
Not the last special that just came out, but the one before that. Cardi has the song at the end of the Dave Chappelle special. You know what I'm saying? Like we fucking do this shit, man.
I would like to come on, give him a little bit more than that. Come on.
Yeah, give him a shot.
It's not real liquor. Give everybody that.
It's not real liquor.
It's not real liquor.
It only has ringworm in it.
Yeah, whoa. I'll take a little more.
Get a little ringworm, you lose no weight.
Take a little more.
I wouldn't mind a little ringworm.
Yo, I'm gonna be honest. Dave Chappelle's my fucking favorite comedian,
the
right?
best.
Yo, you know we were supposed to. Well, this is what I was told. Maceo from De La Soul said that Dave Chappelle would come with De La Soul.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way to
Sounds
go.
about
No,
right.
no, that was supposed to happen, and then whatever the mix-up didn't happen. We had De La Soul anyways. Thank God.
Thank God, man. And we told their story beautifully.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. It was amazing. But Dave Chappelle, we need you back.
Yeah, so
we need you. Not back, but we need you.
So I went to go to ATL, right? I have to do some party and shit. And I got my man. He picked me up. I didn't have, because the flight got delayed, so I had no time. I had just time to drop off my bags, and because I learned from the ATL, drop your bags off, because they crackheads there. They'll break in your fucking car.
Everybody in ATL's crackhead?
No, I didn't say that. I'm saying there's crackheads there. That's they hustle, like in parking lots. So don't leave nothing. Like I got caught like that. So I just learned my lesson. So I just, as soon as I landed, I said, I don't care. I can't go straight to the club. I got to go to St. Regis. It's not a floss, it's just the reality.
Okay.
So I had to go to St. Regis. Drop it off. Boom. Nah, it wasn't a flaws, I'm just saying.
It was a big flaw.
You know what I'm saying? Just let y'all know. So I went to the joint, and so my man had weed. I don't want to say his name because I don't want to embarrass him. So I don't know.
What's his name?
I don't know. It's definitely not. I don't even know how good it is. So I'm smoking. So listen, I ordered bottles and. Yeah, no, relax. No, that was your weed? Because I'm right. So, I know we smoking his mids. Like, I know, but we don't have no time. Like, he literally had to go from the airport, hotel, club. I go, my favorite comedian in the world walks up to me, Dave Chappelle.
In the club?
In the club. Now, contrary to popular belief, I get starstruck too. Like, what the fuck? Like, I've never really met him, and if I did, I don't remember it, so that don't count. So this is my first official time. I'm like, what's up, man? They bring me my bottles. As they bring me my bottle, I go, hey! I don't know if he drink or not, but this is from where I'm from, it's the ultimate amount of respect. So I give him a bottle of rose. He's like, yeah, no. And he's just like on like he is on deep. I swear to God,
He probably did.
I'm like, holy shit. And now in my mind, I'm like, yo, Dave Chappelle is I'm smoking, and then I'm like, Dave Chappelle is right here. And then he said, nigga, what you smoking on? I was not confident in the weed. I was not confident in it for myself. I did not want to pass. Because I was like, yo, the last thing I want Dave Chappelle is to walk around Earth.
You're like, Mr. Half-Baked.
This nigga N.O.R.E. out here smoking mix. I don't know if he's a hideout there. Niggas need to check on him. That's how it is here. If you don't smoke weed, you don't really know. Like, you can't be out here smoking mids. And I'll smoke a mid every now and then. I don't give a $50. You know what I mean?
I'm sure every smoker does.
Like, if I don't got nothing,
you'll smoke it.
I'll smoke a half a good shit. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, fuck it. I know what I'm doing. Like, I know from the smell of this. Like, I might not be looking good to the folks, but I gotta smoke. I stopped smoking cigarettes.
Is mids like dollar pizza? Like, fuck it.
No.
Reggie
is like dollar pizza. Mids is like Houston's.
Okay.
I'm a Prime 112,
right.
Mr. Child type of smoker.
But Houston, if you out of town, you might have to go.
Houston is good.
Yeah.
Houston's that shit.
All right.
That's, you know what I mean? That's higher mids. That's higher mids. Hold on, I went too far.
I like it.
It's Red Lobster. Mids is Red Lobster.
Okay.
Taco Bell.
I love.
No, it's above
I
Taco
know exactly
Bell.
what you're
It's
talking
above
about.
Taco Bell. Mids is above Taco Bell. It's above Taco Bell.
So it's below Taco Bell.
And it's like it's Red Lobster Flanagan's.
Flanagan's?
Yeah, Flanagan's.
Bennigan's.
Bennigan's.
We don't have Bennigan's anymore. Bennigan's around your way? I'm looking for Bennigan's.
I love that I know how to speak N.O.R.E, son.
No.
N.O.R.E was my first rapper friend in the game.
Wait. Actually, hold on. For 1.5 seconds, you managed him.
Huh?
Not manage me. No.
Not for
no. He's my A&R. That's where you're getting confused.
Don't lie to me.
What? No, you
had me on a conference call one time and you said, Cipha's my manager.
No,
Talk
Jamal.
to your fan.
Maybe Jamal.
No, Jamal. Jamal's his partner. That's where you're getting confused. Jamal's his partner.
Business partner.
Yeah. No, you're right.
You said it about Cipha.
No, I'm said Jamal's Sife's partner.
He probably said Cipha Sounds business partner Jamal.
And not sexually. Because it sounded
N.O.R.E?
No.
I couldn't believe it.
Ace of Spades?
Nah, it's not Miz, man.
I love it.
That's Miz? Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. You look like you got Miz. Red Lobster's written all over you. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's my brother Intellect, man. Intellect on that motherfucking what's that shit called? That drone? That nigga had a drone come right to you. Nigga like a robot with that drone.
Get a close up on Cipha's face.
So now,
What is happening?
So now, Toronto will eventually be like Staten Island.
No. What?
What the fuck?
Damn, them niggas don't even want to let me talk. I'm gonna keep rolling up. I got more blunts in the car. I'm here. I'm in the back pocket. Hey. Come on, man. All you gotta do is ask. Hold up. The Tiger Bones hit me late. So,
Stockholm syndrome.
what I mean by
remember that.
I fucked up.
like, I personally, I've heard of the other artists that you named, and EFN co-signed that. And this is a hip hop historian. I really love doing this show with this man because he knows the other parts that I don't know. But me personally, I have to talk about my own experience. First time I heard of Toronto from a music scene, or Canada from a music scene, is you. So although there's people before you, and we have to respect that, especially people identify. But this is me. I'm just speaking from my experience.
Yeah.
It was you, and there wasn't really nothing else I really heard until Dre. And now we got Tory Lanez, and now we got a whole bunch of others. This is the first time I've been, like so in tune with it. Like Cipha said, I was in tune with the party scene. I was in tune every 5 years, All-Star Weekend or Super Bowl will come or whatever, something like that, or a Caravan. Like other than that, it was just. But now it's gonna be like like what I said, like New Staten Island. What I meant was after Wu-Tang Impact was so crazy, like A&Rs was just in Staten Island for no reason. They get beat up. Just after a while, after Nas, Mobb Deep, and Capone and Noriega and Rapper N.O.R.E and Akinyele worked, people was in Left Rack and Queensbridge the same way. It was like, yo, dude, you're gonna get fucked up. Leave. You know what I mean? Like the artist is not just walking around. He's called a stick-up kid. They didn't know that, but I feel like that's what's that's what's happening with Toronto. I think
already.
I feel like it's gonna be even more. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, do you feel what I'm saying?
I mean, here's the thing that's wild, interesting about Toronto now, and it's like when I first came out versus now, it's like I am one of the few, if not like the only one that literally can bridge the two generations. Because it's like I am definitely shit happened way before the whole internet era. So there was a lot of crazy shit that's wild. But me and Cipha was walking on the street today, we was talking about it. Here's the thing, sometimes you walk or you drive down the street and it's paved, you know what I'm saying? Right. But you have no idea that before these niggas paved that street, that it was mad shit going on, you know what I mean? Like they had to jump down shit, it was wild shit, you know what I'm saying?
So
and it's
would there be anybody that you would want to represent right now that before you? From Toronto, from Canada, whatever.
Mad niggas though.
So the thing is
a
few of the highlights.
I mean, here's the thing that you got to understand even about me, because it's there's so much history. It would literally be an 8-hour drink.
Right. That's a whole.
But here's the thing.
That's a documentary.
I'm gonna try and condense it as much as I can. Socrates out of my crew. We had a crew that was formed of two niggas.
What was the first crew y'all was in? You was in.
So here's the thing. I was in a crew called FOS, the Figures of Speech. And then Chaclair had a crew called Paranormal.
Chaclair was also from Canada?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Chaclair was from Toronto.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's fucking hell.
I guess I knew because I was,
Yeah. So we brought the two crews together.
I mean, I maybe knew, but drunk facts.
And we just formed a crew that was called The Circle, basically because we was like, yo, we just fuck with the people within our circle.
So who's the crew? It's Chaclair.
So it's Socrates, myself, Marvel, Solitaire, who produced my first joint on MCA, Chaclair, Julie Black, Tara Chase, Wylook, Marvel, Scrupulous, Anthem, 12-inch.
That's like the freshman couple of XXL.
Yeah, there was a lot of us, but Socrates, he was the first one to get a deal. He got a deal. I think Fuzzy signed him.
And was Socrates down with Death Squad at the time?
Later.
Because Redman took a liking to him and all
later.
that.
He was
actually every Jamaican in the world is gonna say something. You gotta take one hit of the Smooth Jams. If you don't want to, it's okay. All right, but I mean, for a Jamaican rude boy, yard man wanna see a smooth. So boy, you wanna see a split it up.
Yo, let me show you something.
Split it up. No.
I'm an edibles type of youth still.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? I'm an edibles type of youth.
I was trying my best.
Not all Jamaicans smoke weed, bro.
Yeah, I was trying my best, but I was trying like my Canada version of that.
Because Jamaican.
To me, everybody in Canada is Jamaican. Even the white people.
Yo, fams, you gotta smoke, fams.
But Socrates got his deal in '95 with Warner Brothers in LA. Fuzzy signed him to that deal, and he was in that deal for a while. He got out of it. Choclair actually got a deal with Priority Records in whenever that
you
was.
got
like
mad deals though too.
'98.
You got deals like Snoop Dogg.
I mean,
like, I ain't gonna front. You was on every label.
My first one was like MCA.
I was counting your money. I said, you got to check from them.
You know what it was? It was a wild time because I went to MCA because like my favorite rappers were there. Like The Roots was there, Carmen was there. You know what I'm saying? And at that time, like, not to say that I'm not now, but I was like an MC. Like I wasn't trying to like sacrifice my sound, anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Like I wanted to come out and do like some real rap shit.
You an A&R at Universal right now?
Now I am.
Goddamn, make some noise for that.
Oh shit! Were you in? I think I told you this on DM. Did you physically go to How Can I Be Down Jamaica?
Yeah.
That's the first time we actually met.
Word. What was that? '97?
I don't know. I got the vinyl from you. A vinyl from you.
Word.
That's the first vinyl I got from you.
As soon as y'all said, "How can I be down Jamaica?" I felt it was dangerous. I felt like this was not the safest. How can I be?
Yo, you know what? That was
How Can I Be Down was not the best How Can I, but it was actually the best.
I didn't even know it.
It was not like a normal How Can I, but I love that.
Jamaica one was some different shit. That's the first time I met Who Kid.
Yeah.
That's the first time I met Who Kid.
Did you go to the Wu-Tang party in the mountain joint?
No, I didn't go.
Oh, that was the other shit.
Wait a minute. Wu-Tang had a party in the mountains.
Wu-Tang had a
Jamaica.
Party in a mountain.
Okay, in a pool party in the mountains.
And you had God serving and Inspector Deck serving you. I don't know what the fuck they were
What,
saying.
like Dame Dash with your girl?
Yeah, but then the van couldn't take us down. We had to walk down the field.
Yo, but you know what's wild is all that shit though. It's like I don't know how often you used to go to MPS, the Mix Show Power Summit, but like all those things, How Could I Be Down, Gavin, Mix Show Power Summit, like we was there, fam. You know what I'm saying? Like we literally was there, like amongst everybody. So like if you think about like Mix Show Power Summit, I remember like when Fifth first came out, you know what I'm saying? Like he was down there, M was down there, like that Mix Show Power Summit was crazy. I think that was the Puerto Rico one.
Puerto Rico.
And yo, that's when I first met him. What's wild is like he was looking at my videos and like, yo, so I'm hearing about 50 and like, you know, the 9 shots and all this crazy wild shit. And when I met this nigga walks up to me, he's like, yo, my nigga, I love how you do that dance move. And yo, how you do that dance move? And I'm like, this nigga is asking me about how to do the fucking dance move from the video, but that's literally how we connected. And it's like,
big up 50.
Yo, big up 50. From those things, like he's like, yo, I'm gonna bring you on tour. And I'm like, again, niggas say shit all the time, but yo, that nigga brought me on tour. Me and Rihanna went on tour with 50 Cent. Wow. You know what I'm saying?
There was a little Lil Wayne. I think Lil Wayne walked up to Cardi spitting one of his verses.
He did.
Like he was like, he didn't even say hello. He was just spitting a Cardi verse.
You know when that was? That was when Katrina passed over Miami. And it was, I think it was like the MTV Awards was here.
Yes.
So I was down here them times, and we was at the MTV Awards, and there was some random shit going on. So it was boring. So I just walked like around, you know, like backstage, like some random, you know, just a spot to chill out. And I seen Wayne there, and yo, that was the first time I ever met him, and he spit my verse from Grinding, the entire thing. Like that was my intro to meeting Lil Wayne, was him spitting my verse. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, Wayne, he's another one that's been like kept it 1,000. No, don't.
Inhale.
You know, look at the flies. Oh, it's the flies.
I got a job interview at UPS next week. I can't have this on my
flies.
Door. It's legal now.
Yeah, but I mean that shit. But like, yo,
deliver packages.
The thing that I love about hip hop, and it's like my experience in it is like some of my literal like heroes in hip hop, from Timberland to Busta to Jay to Wayne, like it was all these people fucking with me not because they could get something from me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not because it's like I was the hottest nigga out in the world, so they're like, we gotta whatever. Like these niggas organically fuck with me. And it's like my experience was different because I mean Lil Wayne jumped on a joint. It never came out, but it was a joint with him and Pusha T at the time. You know what I'm saying? And it's like
come on,
he just did that. He just did that. You gotta
stop. Wait a minute.
Honest.
You can't just say shit like that and not describe it.
Honest.
Okay. So this is before they had beef?
This is while they had beef.
Whoa.
This is while they had beef.
So you have a record.
It leaked on it. If you really dig on the net, it's out there. Like somebody leaked it.
Wow.
But yeah.
And this is your record?
While they had beef, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you cool with both sides. He was playing both sides. Okay, goddamn.
Yeah, because I mean.
Not like that.
I'm gonna do it, JB. So.
Yeah.
Damn.
Man.
You blew me away with that one.
No, there's a lot of shit like that. Like we've been here a while, but we could tell stories for days and days and days of all these moments we were a part of, situations we helped create and push through.
Let me ask y'all a question right now, real quick.
Yeah.
Cipha Sounds.
Yeah.
And Kardinal Offishall.
Yeah.
Is gonna be the new N.O.R.E being rocket.
Hear me out. We were the N.O.R E.
No, we are. We gonna temporarily license them the deal.
We're gonna license you.
Temporary you to be the new N.O.R.E being rocket.
Actually, you guys are more prepared than us.
That would be amazing if we could do
that. Guys,
that.
make it out.
Yeah.
You go back in your production for real.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good. That was pretty ill, bro.
You know how they do it.
Yeah, you're like Roselle right now, bro.
You know how they do it. Y'all get in, y'all make it out.
Yeah.
Can we get Rihanna and Drake on the album?
Was that the lead up for that?
I'm just asking. I'm just asking.
I don't know.
Can we get not on the same
Not on the
same record?
Let me ask you a question.
I cannot get Rihanna or Drake on the record. No,
let me ask you a question though. I'm being dead serious because
I would love Rihanna on Drake.
This is
something
bro.
I've always respected about you.
Okay.
And it's something that I'm lacking, and it's why I'm in the position I am, where I don't get the credit I deserve. How do you get all those people on those records? What is your style of being N.O.R.E? Because you meet the artist the same way I meet the artist.
I
was on the radio, you were making records, you was a rapper, same level, different feels, right?
And it's a great question, by the way.
Amazing.
And Rihanna, I broke Rihanna, right?
You broke Rihanna.
I broke Rihanna.
Goddamn it. He broke Rihanna.
That's the day I met her.
She definitely.
Not for nothing, guys. That was a horrible transition. I broke Rihanna. Look at the picture.
Yeah.
No, we gotta pull this up. Gotta make sure we got that on
I can also send it to you.
That is the broke Rihanna picture. That's what it means.
That is the day I met Rihanna.
Yes.
So that is part of an Instagram post she put up where she's bigging me up. If Cipha Sounds, this is the guy responsible for putting y'all on.
What year did she put that?
I don't know. It was a couple years ago.
19.
But she's like, he's the first DJ in history to ever play one of my records, first spin, blah, 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 blah. A whole long post, right?
Fire.
I speak to her every once in a while, every time she changes a number, whatever.
Right.
I think I'm in good standings with her. We're like very cool.
Absolutely.
How do I get her on one of my records because of this situation?
Yes.
How do you do it?
You know what it is, Sight? Hold on. Whoever's phone, I feel like it's twin. It's on your phone? Everybody tune in. This is not.
Yeah, this is
not artist shit. This is business shit.
Okay.
This is business shit. I am not afraid to be embarrassed. I don't give a fuck.
That's big.
Listen, I want Tribe Called Quest. I'm calling Jerobi. I'm calling Q-Tip. He right behind us. He right behind us. Set him up. Let him come in. I'm calling everybody 500 times. I have no ego.
Right.
I have no ego.
And what do you say? What do you say?
No shame.
no shame.
I don't think it's ego. It's called no shame. Like,
I have no shame. I don't have no shame. The thing is, most of these people, I know they really are my friends, and I know that I had their schedule prior to this life. Like I had your schedule, so I know you ain't dissing me. I know when you dissing me though, and I know when you curving me, so I know that too. But it took me some time to learn that doing this shit.
Right, but how? Oh, now that you interview people,
now that I interview people,
that's the worst.
Now that I interview people because I know that everyone is not gonna be on time. Like you see you today. Yeah. Like today you on time Spanish class. Yeah. And then you're on time here. Yeah. I expect that from you, right? But I didn't expect that for like Irv Gotti and shit. Like Irv Gotti comes before us, like most of the time. Like he did it twice. But anyway, so the thing is, I just don't care. Like I don't care.
What do you say? What's the script?
I say whatever I gotta say.
Whatever you gotta say.
Whatever I gotta say. Like, listen, my dude, because the thing about it is, some people think that they're looking out for me when they come on Drink Champs. It's not till after they do it and they realize the actual power. Right. Then they say, damn, N.O.R.E was really like, he really took his time out to look out for me.
Yeah, but because you're not asking about Drink Champs.
No, I'm just no. He was saying this. I was answering in the Drink Champs form. But I'm just talking about during my career.
I don't want anything from Rihanna. She doesn't owe me anything.
Why wouldn't you ask? Why do you feel like you cannot ask?
Yeah, that's your problem.
Because man,
I ain't gonna lie. Listen. Let me just say this. You know why? This is the reason why I answered it like that. Yeah. Because I feel like that's your problem.
It is.
I feel like your problem is like, I don't want to bother nobody.
I definitely don't want to bother people.
And listen, let me tell you something. You put in too much work in this game. But to chill, let me finish. You put in too much work in this game to feel like you bothering anybody. Like, not like you're old, because we're not old nothing. But the thing is, we're old to know. I'm good with a no. I don't give a fuck. Tell me no. I'm like,
but what if I already know it's gonna be a no?
But you know what? You're starting out from a negative position. You're starting out from a snuff position.
But listen,
we gotta start like this, nigga. Like you don't start snuffed already.
As a DJ, and you're in a different position than even I was, because you were on radio. I was just a mixtape DJ. Yeah. As a DJ, we should never feel reluctant to ask. Ask doesn't matter. Like ask. What's the worst? No. Alright, fuck it. Whatever. We move on. You ask as a DJ because we are the people that were doing when they didn't have radio, when they didn't have whatever. You were the guy doing whatever you had to do.
That's what I think. Why do they get amnesia though?
Well, who?
But it doesn't matter. But you asked. Did you ask? That's the thing. You're reluctant to ask. Right now, you're telling me the reason why they would say no.
I've asked other people.
But did you ask?
Yeah, other people, not Rihanna, other people.
And they were reluctant. They said no. They said no.
They always say yes. Okay. And then they never show up, or they never send it, or they never do it.
And then you stop.
And then I stop.
Then you can't. No, you can't stop. This is my thing in life.
I can't blame them.
If someone says yes, then you follow up because they said yes. That's their problem. You shouldn't have said yes. I will follow up.
That's a real shit.
No, I don't know. Were you a mixtape DJ?
I didn't even know you think
As a mixtape DJ, that was my only way, bro. If you said yes to me in any kind of way, I gotta keep going till you say no automatically.
Let me show you. Hold on. Let me show you. We gotta make some noise for that. Because I had no idea that was happening. And now I used to think about it. You used to do that to me. Yeah. And she'd be like, yo, I go and I get drunk. You'd be like, I don't give a fuck. You still and he made me lay a
because you told me yes.
I told him yes.
And I'm going in. And I'm going. If you're not saying it, I'm going to your friend. Yo, N.O.R.E told me yes, and I'm going till someone says no.
That's very true.
Yo, here's the thing that you need to understand about Cipha. Cipha is literally like my bro. Like the same way you guys are like brothers. Cipha is a nigga to where like we'll be somewhere in it doesn't matter where the fuck we are. We'll be somewhere, and he'll see Jay. And Jay will be like, Cipha, my nigga, have a conversation with him, blah, blah, blah. Yo, Cipha, anything you need? All right, cool. He'll bounce. I'll be like, all right, Cipha, what we doing? Jay just told you whatever. He'll be like, nah, he ain't gonna do it. Right. Yo, we'll be chilling with, you know what I'm saying, with Chappelle. Dave will be like, yo, I'm going to such and such next week, so you guys come fuck with me. All right, Cardi, Cipha, link up, love you guys, whatever. I'm like, all right, Cipha, you buy any tickets? He'll be like, he's gonna forget tomorrow. Like, yo,
you're a negator, man.
He's negative Nancy.
You're a negative
Nancy, bro.
Yo, it's only towards me though.
No, look how far you've already gone with negatory.
You ever seen that movie? You ever seen that movie Yes Man?
Yeah.
What?
Jim Carrey?
With Jim Carrey. This is what we doing for you from now on.
Yeah.
from now on, any one of your rap friends, if I invite you to lunch tomorrow, no, excuse me, I invite you to lunch today, I'm inebriated.
You're inebriated?
Exactly. I'm inebriated. Okay. So if I say to you tonight, we're gonna go to lunch tomorrow, and you think because I'm drunk, you don't hit me the next day, it's never been my fault.
Right.
No, that is all.
But here's my problem. I'll do it for other people, but I don't do it for me.
Why? But what's the reason?
I don't know. This turned into a fucking therapy
session. You're Stockholm Syndrome yourself.
What's the self-hate?
You're Stockholm Syndrome yourself. What are you doing?
You don't understand. Like, this nigga will be closer to niggas than me. And it's like, we'll be like, and I'll be like, yo, sorry if I'm with whoever the fuck.
Let me tell you something.
Fuck, these niggas.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something to say.
Which is admirable. But pay it forward, because every time you leave, you can pay it forward even more.
Right. If you're coming to people for money, you're coming to people for shit where you're giving something away, it's something different. But if I can help you and you can help the next person, people are with that.
Yeah.
The thing is, sometimes we need to be told 2 or 3 times. I think you give up on 1.5.
1.5, maybe 2.
And the thing is, listen,
I don't like bothering people. That's my thing.
You need to get over it.
You have to bother people, man.
I hate it.
We're in the business of bothering people.
Yeah, we bother people.
Let me show you something. You remember this? I was in New York. We were in a cab going somewhere. I said, Cipha, when's the last time you hit Dave? He's like, I haven't hit him in a minute. I literally took my phone out, put it on speaker. Yo, Cardi. I said, Dave, what up? I said, yo, I'm here with Cipha. So, what up?
Let's pick up the floor. Let's pick up the floor. Yeah, let's big the floor up.
I can name drop.
So I said, I said, Dave, what are you doing? He's like, yo, you know what? You guys should come out to LA and fuck with me. I'm doing a Netflix special. I was like, when? He's like, yo, I'm gonna be out there Sunday. I'm like, all right, cool. We there Monday.
You're right.
Hung up the phone.
No.
What?
Wait, you're gonna.
What?
Well, he said Sunday. You said you came in Monday. That's like a little, like you coming the next day.
No, it was like a day or two.
No, it was like.
No, but he said this is fuck.
Come on, Cipha.
This is where, because Dave did say he called him. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm shooting my special in LA. I also want to shoot a separate special with the guys who open up for me. I'm gonna put you on it. If he didn't call, I would have never fucking got on that. You know what I'm saying? And then even when he said it, I was like, he don't really want me on there.
Yo, this is what I'm talking about though. Like,
am I a loser?
A
Shit.
little bit. No. A little bit. No, you're not a loser. You have a loser attitude sometimes. And that's
it's not. It's just for me though, because I'll go fucking.
You know what I think it is?
I'll go hard
ego. It's ego, and the thing is, you got a right ego.
I have no lack of ego. It's lack of ego.
No, it's actually, and that which forms the ego. When you have lack of ego, because you say, because I don't want to, you know what it is? It's like, I don't want to be told no. So I won't even ask yet. I won't even ask. Like me, I don't give a fuck if I get a no. I'm good. I'm good, nigga. Eventually you gonna come back.
I mean, I laugh about it, but
eventually you gonna come back. Listen, you know how many people, my friends, that was like, I don't know what you're doing. When we did the drink chat, like, nah, listen.
Nobody believes
you're my guy, but I don't know what you're doing. And at first, because we didn't know what we were doing. And then we did more episodes. You said, you know what, fuck it. Let's just cater to just to us. Let's just promote just to us. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, fuck it. At least we our niggas know that we went out like that. Whether we fall in love, we big niggas and Diddy and shit. Chupacabra, baby. I want from 2020. I want you to feel embarrassed.
I'm on my shit now.
Listen. Let me tell you. Listen. I've been trying to get you on here for 3 years.
I wanted to.
So listen.
And Cipha, you did. Can I say something?
He kind of curved us. You curved me 2 weeks ago.
No. Cipha said, let's go in. Let's do some shit. Let's wild out.
I forget it.
No.
What were you gonna say?
I just want to ask something because I don't feel like you and Rosenberg like each other at all. I just want to throw that.
We like each other.
I don't think so.
I think right now
like it's okay.
No, we always liked each other. I didn't like working with him at 5 o'clock.
The chemistry works.
Chemistry works very well. I love Rosenberg. We did not get along when we had to work every single day at 5 in the morning. That's I don't give a fuck how good of friends you are. That's cranky time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Cranky time.
And we have a lot of different styles of the way we work. I like to be on time. I like to be organized. He likes to be the opposite of everything I just said. But we do have a chemistry. It's very funny. And right now, we are in a very good place, man. The JUAN EPSTEIN podcast is back, and it's doing very well.
Yeah, that was a good episode. That was a good episode. Good season.
But N.O.R.E has been on there many times.
Yes.
I'm never afraid to ask N.O.R.E. He always says yes, no matter what. That's why I love this guy to death, man. But then 2020, I'm gonna be embarrassed.
Yeah, and it's not. And the thing about it is no, because the thing about it is being told no is actually more positive than negative sometimes, because sometimes you're just so much advanced more than the people. Like I so much love when I bring somebody something and then they say no and then they come back and they be like, yo, I didn't see it, and they're like, yo, I'm sorry. I'm like, no, nigga, like I'm good. Like I'm good. I went over here. This is probably with God. You know what I'm saying? Like I just believe in it. I just keep going. Like I don't care. Like I don't really care about like some people get embarrassed. Like what I used to notice was, you know, as soon as I got big lips, I'm sorry, you know what I'm saying? I used to skateboard, and no one skateboarded in the hood.
Yeah.
No one did. This is why probably me and Pharrell connected on a different way. I was skateboarding in the hood. Ask my mother. I call my mother right now. Like, this
I talked about skateboarding mad time. You never said this.
I want to talk to my mother? Like, this is real shit. This is real shit. So I'm skating in the hood. They had filmed the rap, and I bust my lip. And they laughed at me. When they laughed at me, I ran upstairs. And I was like, everyone who laughed at me, I was tougher than. Why the fuck did I run? I had never, from that day on, I would come out and I would just bust my ass and they laugh and I'm, what the fuck you laughing at? Lick my lip up and like, you just, and like, so I didn't care. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm gonna come outside with wingworms, I'm gonna come outside with scrapes on my ass. I'm coming outside. Like, there's better hustlers than me, there's better people with clientele, there's no one's gonna stay outside longer than me.
No one's gonna outwork you.
No one's gonna outwork, I don't give a fuck who you are. And the thing about it is, like, you got the greatest connects. Like, if y'all was to really do an album, like, this is the reason why I'm bringing this up, so we don't go on so hard, is y'all was to do an album, you have rich, both of y'all histories were so rich. When I Googled y'all, this was an hour-long process for both of y'all, right? Because y'all history is so rich. So if y'all was to do an album together, I don't know if y'all thought of this, probably y'all did, but if y'all didn't, I'm on 5%. But listen, if y'all was to really do an album together, what y'all history? Like, just think about it. You with the Drake ties, you with the Tory Lanez gotta fall in line. The Weeknd would have to come and just show love, and then you with both of y'all with the Rihanna, and you with the Rick Ross, and there's nobody can say no to y'all too.
In my mind, they already said no.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
This is the I don't know where we're going, man. Yo, come on.
No, you're right though. You're right.
Drink Champs gotta manage it. Listen, man, we will manage. We will go in. We will do episodes. But it's always, but it's always you guys. It would all. The thing is, we can have, you know, MOP managers, you know, talk to Mr. Lee. It's always better when MOP talks to EF. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's so it still would be you initiating it. And like the thing is, you gotta not be afraid to say no. You know what I'm saying? You got to. You know what I mean? Like, for real.
Yeah, I'll be honest. For me, and the reason why, like, it's funny because, like, me and Cipha are such good friends because we always, like, shit that he excels in. You know what I'm saying? Like, he'll call me up and be like, yo, I just went to this whatever, yo, you would love this shit. But it's the same way that, like, sometimes I call him, I'm like, yo, Cipha, the fuck are you doing? Yo, like, link my man, blah, 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 blah. You're like, you know what? You're right, Cardi. And, like, I'll hype him up.
Look, I can see the album together. Intro, Dave Chappelle. First record, Rihanna. Second record, Drake. Third record, Punk. What's the other nigga that's Party
Next Door?
Party Next Door. Like The Weeknd. Rick Ross in The Weeknd. Cardi. Yo, I didn't hear all this too. Holy moly. only. But I want to.
He wants a check already.
I don't even want to check. I just want to let's just go platinum first. Then we go negotiate. Listen, but cause we going platinum.
Yo,
we going platinum. Even if it's just in Canada. If it's Canada platinum, we taking that.
Here's
we
what.
We gonna reggaeton platinum. How about that? We gonna have a reggaeton. We gonna have your. Come on, I'm telling you, this is. I don't know if y'all was ordained. I don't know if. The Christ.
You guys are doing an album together, right?
Yeah, I'm doing it. Should.
Yes,
Right?
now we are.
You should. Now you are. Now you are.
Let me show you something. Like the reason why I'm right now, like, you know, there's a whole other part. Like, you know, there was a while where I was managed by Mark Pitts. You know what I'm saying? Legendary Mark Pitts.
Biggie as well.
Of course, you know that was Biggie's manager and so forth. And it was those guys that like really pushed me to like diversify my career and take a chance on the executive side. So for me, you know, right now, like the title as of today is Senior Director of Urban A&R for Universal up top. But the reason for that though is because it's like I want to change the infrastructure so that like the next nigga can get on. He don't have to go. No disrespect, but he don't have to come to America to get his deal. He don't have to go to London. He can get that same deal that he dreamed about and thought about.
Right.
I want to build it so that the next generation of kids get on. Because at the end of the day, like, as much as I love this shit, like, it's one of those ones where I don't look at it like it's not about me. I love music, and just like you, like, sometimes I be turning on Drink Champs, and his new single be playing at the beginning of the shit.
Oh yeah, I'm greedy.
No, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I always make music because it's like, I love the shit. And it's like, until niggas is like, yo, you're garbage, like, don't do it anymore, I'm gonna keep doing it. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm changing the infrastructure so that the next niggas can get on. He's back to this Cipha album.
Cipha. Cardi Cipha. Official Cipha.
Cardi Cipha.
Official Cipha.
No, it has to have Cardi in it somewhere.
I don't mind. We can work it in there.
Cardi Sounds.
Where does this album go?
Independent, Mass Appeal.
To the moon.
I feel like Mass Appeal.
Who's promoting this? Who's getting the marketing?
Drink Champs is promoting it. We getting the marketing budget. But but I feel like Mass Appeal.
Boris is gonna manage
Mass
all
Appeal
the
Records is the perfect place for it. All the videos exclusive on Tidal.
Yeah.
And all the television rights, we're gonna go straight to Diddy, Revolt, and Robin and everybody. I'm just telling you, I see the vision, but we gotta be afraid not to say no.
No, it's not.
Let me be honest. With both of y'all connections, this is the number one thing. We need Rihanna to do 4 bars.
4 bars.
Listen, we just need 4 bars, Rihanna.
If you can't do that, then this.
You gotta get 2 balls from him and 2 balls from Rihanna. Give us 4, and then that's it.
You're right.
And then he rapped 86 balls. This nigga got 900. He gonna rap 900. He gonna put Jerobi on the motherfucking ad-libs. He got bars, so you know Jerobi gonna be there and through the roof.
Yo,
and then Kanye. Didn't you have something to do with Kanye? I forgot.
Nah.
No, you didn't fuck with him like that?
Nah, I wouldn't. Listen, there's a lot of niggas that I should get credit for and take credit for. Kanye wasn't one of them. I mean, I was a fan and I was around the Raucous era.
Yeah, Raucous, there we go.
He was with Mos Def and Tyler Kweli in the early days, but I didn't really do nothing for him like that. But
didn't you used to DJ for Black Star, bro?
I DJ for Mos Def, for Kweli, for Black Star.
And Little Kim.
So Little Kim.
You went on tour.
I don't want to do my whole history.
Why? This is Drink Champs. This is where you do your history.
History lessons, man.
I
DJ for a lot of people. N.O.R.E, Jay-Z.
Biggie? No?
No, not Biggie, no.
I thought it. So Enough was Biggie's.
Enough.
Clark
Kent.
I could have swore you.
Big up to he did Enough.
Little Kim. No, Little Kim.
Yeah, Little Kim.
Okay.
I was with Little Kim when Biggie was still alive, and then I was with Little Kim when Biggie died.
It sounded a little crazy.
What?
The way you said I was with Little Kim.
No, not with her.
People
on tour.
say,
come on, guys. Come on.
I want to protect you and Little Kim. We're cool.
Kim is my sister, yo. Little Kim is my sister.
I told you a long time ago.
Let's big up Little Kim because we feel like Little Kim is gonna come. Hopefully, Foxy Brown come. Hopefully, that's what we
That
need
sounds
more.
really bad.
Damn, I said it worse.
Definitely Little Star.
Hopefully, Little Kim
Loose.
enters the Drink Champ stage.
Oh shit, like Black Moon.
Foxy Brown enters the Drink Champ stage. Nicki Minaj enters the Cardi B enters the Drink Champ stage. Hopefully we get all the female.
Yo, you know what you need to get to is you guys listen. Here's the other thing. I listen to this, and you guys need to understand the power that you have though, because it's like a lot of the times you guys speak, but very US centric. But the thing is, like, you guys are international, and a lot of times, like, you have some guests on there, and it's funny because you guys are even like sometimes you downplay like the power that you like.
So once a month, we're gonna have you be our international guest, and we're gonna introduce an international guest, someone from anywhere. You're gonna come on Drink Champs.
Oh yeah,
and you're gonna be like, and let me tell you why I big you up. Let me tell you why, right? So many people, as you obviously, we've been trying to connect to get you on Drink Champs, and you've been trying to connect to get us on Drink Champs, and we really seriously, we was just not at the right place at the right time, right? Plenty of times, right? But you never got on the internet. You never said nothing crazy about us. You never, like, there's so many other people that make up theories.
Nah, baby.
Of why they not like, yo, listen, Illuminati don't want me on there. Like, stop, man. Like, stop, my nigga. Like, niggas be like, yo, if you ain't know, like, niggas will contact us, and sometimes shit just don't work out for the schedule or whatever, but it eventually will come. But a person will pause, and eventually will put itself together. But so many people have made up stories and just, start talking about, because, and the thing is, yo, for y'all that don't know, we're real hip hop, man. This is not no fake smoke. This is no,
oh, I know.
Yeah, this is real hip hop. We're real hip hop, man. So I want to thank you for that.
And let me say something, real talk. Real fucking talk.
Real talk.
Cardinal is actually one of my favorite MCs of all time.
Crazy.
Come on, bro.
No bullshit. 100%. I don't say it when they ask me top 5 because you're alive and well. But real talk, you're one of my favorite MCs.
Yo, I never finished my story.
Which one?
Please.
Real quick, last
Let's
one.
go.
Boom. We in the parking lot in Toronto, Caravana, Rihanna performs, N.O.R.E, all them people perform, right? They say, yo, Cardi, can you be a surprise guest? Walk out. I DJ for him, throwing some songs. Jay was not performing. Jay was just there as the label president. This nigga Cardi goes out there and destroys the fucking stage.
He Master the Bliss.
No. Disgusting.
I can't say it right?
You said it right.
Master the Bliss!
Mash up the place. You said it right. Destroyed so bad. This nigga Hove was like, Cipha, get PSA. like he had to perform.
Wow.
He couldn't be standing there and watch that massacre happen.
So you say he crushed all the Rock Nation artists. You can say it, Cipha. You have 3 shots to tell you.
What people don't know also, and this is a real thing, is that I believe you'd have to ask Mr. Morgan, but like on stage, right after I perform, these niggas offered me a deal on stage.
Wow.
On the spot. And what was wild, and this is me and Jay became super cool after that. But it's like, it was the exact same time that Akon offered me a deal. So it was like, I was like, what the fuck do you do? Do you go with Jay-Z with his new label, Rock La Familia, or do you go with Akon and Convict? You know what I'm saying? And it stemmed from that thing. But I mean, personally, all I could really do was pray on it. And Akon flew me down to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying?
Do you take you to his crib? You know he got a gas station in his crib.
I know.
Disrespectful.
Where is this going?
You
get gas at the crib?
The nigga actually does.
Why?
But what do you mean why? Say when you that rich, you want a gas station.
Just fill up at the crib.
Stop at the gas station right now. Mr. Lee and Boris, they want to give me no switches. You should have seen the gas station. I stopped there. There was so many dunks. I said, I'm staying inside the car. It was dunks straight through, and I said, holy moly guacamole. Let me just stay in here because these niggas, they look dirty. They look like they were to shoot somebody. And I want to avoid that. So I'm doing,
that all stemmed though, you know what I'm saying, from that whole Caravana shit. Like it's a wild journey, bro. But
how many white bitches you fucked off of Dangerous? That is a white girl anthem.
So here's the thing that's wild. I've been with my wife. We've been married 10 years now.
I'm sorry.
No, apologize. You don't apologize. I've been married 10 years.
Before that, though, right?
My G. But listen, but here's
I said before the white bitches, bro.
I want this story, bro. I don't want to get nobody arrested. I want the story, but I don't want to get
I've been with my wife since my very first record deal though, since MCA. You know what I'm saying?
Let's leave this alone.
So it's like
no white ladies involved.
but the reason, but anybody who's married, so you should know whatever. The thing is, it's like I'm the type of person like if I'm somewhere and I see like some crazy chicks or whatever, I'm calling my wife like, yo, it is crazy over here.
Oh yeah,
and that's how we remain together because mans ain't trying to hide it or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I'm the greatest ABA, asked by association. You know what I'm saying? So it's like any one of the mans them like the ass will just go to him.
So when you're away, you tell your wife you're having a good time?
No, just there's a good time happening around.
There's a good time happening
They're
around.
having a good time over there.
Exactly.
But the point, I always never tell my wife that. I'm like,
you just practice that over there.
I'm like, babe, you know, shit raining out here.
Yo, stop it.
No, I'm just saying. It just be guys around anyway. But I'm saying, if I haven't, like right now, if my wife called right now, what's going on? I'm like, man, shit's going crazy. We gotta finish up. But I'm not gonna be like, yo, man, having a great time talking hip hop. We got motherfucking drone here. I can't say that because she's like, why the fuck are you having that much fun without me? Like, it's just real shit. So I kind of, I good lie.
Yeah.
I don't lie.
You're good lie.
Good lie.
Good lie.
Good
You know what I'm saying?
No, man, Dangerous came out right in the middle of all that shit, but it's like.
But it was a lot of white girls. I'm just saying. I'm not saying
white girls, bro.
I just feel like
you was a white girl.
No, I went to an Akon show, bro.
So white girls, bum.
You went to an Akon show. He give you the white girls. It's like
he gives you the white girls like here.
No, listen. Let me just say something. It's an art. It's an art of doing a collab. It's an art of doing a collab. Redman and Method Man doing a collab actually always made sense only for their fans because they weren't trading fans. Their fans were actually the same
fans.
Right. They were the same.
Right.
Kardinal and Akon, that's trading fans to me because you had the super underground.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know this, but Akon is the whitest black person next to Seal. It's Seal and it's Akon. White people accept Akon. And he purple, nigga. Like, he walked through, he black. You know what I'm saying? And they love him. Seal's the same way.
Seal?
You don't know about Seal? I seen Seal walk through Malibu and people move out Seal way. White people like, hey, how you doing?
Move out the way.
Yeah, I'm telling you. So I'm gonna, you know where I was going with this. But listen, so this is what I'm trying to say. That audience right there.
Seal.
No, that's not. You should do a record with Seal. We need Seal on the album.
We need Seal on the album.
We need Seal on the album. I ain't gonna lie. I'm
that's
scared.
That's what we're getting down to. Seal's on the album.
I'm scared of Seal. I've seen him in Noble 2 times, and I just was like, I don't know how to approach Seal. I just said, I thought about. I was like, what am I saying?
Do you only approach people that you think they'll know who you are?
Nah, sometimes I just
sometimes you just
sometimes it depends on the moment. But Seal, I feel like Seal, listen to only smooth shit. I feel like he listens to Doves when he go to sleep.
What record of yours do you think Seal would know if you explained it?
But now listen, let me just tell you something.
No way. Right.
One of the craziest phone calls in the world I ever got was when Pharrell.
Lionel Richie.
No, I met Lionel Richie in real life. I didn't get a phone call from Lionel Richie. When Pharrell called me and said, yo, Michael Jackson just told me he wants Super Thug.
He wants Super Thug.
Pharrell made him beats.
Oh, you never told us this.
Yeah, we said this. Yeah,
that's because you got a real interview on here pulling shit out of here.
No. Yeah, we said it. Yeah. What happened was
I don't remember.
Because
say it all over again.
All right, no problem. So Super Thug blows up, obviously. Goes through the roof, whatever. And as we make it Oh No is about to drop.
Oh no.
But it's done already, we finally caught on. Because remember, Super Thug, remember, the album dropped. Ironically, Penalty Records told me they played Super Thug for all the DJs and they said the record would never work because it's too dark. Because they don't know who Pharrell is to them. When they say, this is the life, y'all. They think it's a gangster. They have no idea this nigga got a choker on and tight pants. They have no idea, right? Because you know, at the time, you know, I got this super gangster image. The record is called Super Thug.
Right. You don't even say Super Thug. That's not even.
I never even say Super Thug in one time.
Yeah. Don't act like you gonna smoke that shit.
I might just check it out.
because to tell you the truth, if you really listen at the end, the album was done. And if you listen, I say N.O.R.E, the remix. Super Thug was actually N.O.R.E remix. It had nothing to do with the album at all.
Wow.
I met this producer at the end.
Wow.
That's
I'm
crazy.
not saying this. What was you talking about?
Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson. Boom.
Michael,
Thank you for not being
this
high.
whole story.
So anyway,
it's coming.
So anyway,
Michael's coming?
No, stop.
Terrible.
So we make the record. Boom, boom. I love the record. Whatever shit. Boom. Now it's on to the next one. So I make Oh No, and I make the one with Khalees same night.
Cocaine Business.
Same night. And
that's Melvin Flint.
Yeah, but Melvin Flint came.
Yeah, he's saying the next album.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
No.
the next album.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in between there, Pharrell calls me and says, "Yo, I got the wildest call." And I say, "What's up?" He goes, "Yo, Michael Jackson told me to send him beats." So like off top, I'm like, "Word, that's hard." Like I'm just happy. But then he goes, because I'm thinking like to myself, why are you calling me? Like, but fuck it, this is a great call. Like I want to be a part of anything Michael Jackson, even his third party. And he goes, but he said the beats I sent him wasn't it. So I said, what? He said, he told me I want some Super Thug shit. Wow. And I ain't gonna lie to you, that whole month I was walking around, nigga, Mike want Mike. I could have been at a burger spot, they could have brought me the check later or my meal later. I'm like, yo, listen, do y'all understand? Mike want my shit, nigga. Like
that's crazy.
I kid you not,
That's a wild shit, bro.
Yeah. Come on, Cipha, you good?
Yo, let me tell you something. I'm fantastic.
Okay.
Let me tell you something. The greatest.
I'm in.
Let's
Let's go.
Shut up.
Okay, sorry.
The greatest mixtape sampler ever created was called You Heard.
You smell me.
By
Cipha
Sounds.
Yes.
Mixing, before N.O.R.E's album came out, mixing whatever new singles he had, whatever bootleg records, and the old CNN album cut. To this day, people hit me up.
Goddamn.
And it says hosted by Funkmaster Flex and
I got it. I got it physically.
Flex is my mentor. I love him to death. He didn't do shit. He just talk. He said, when you done mixing, I'll say a couple things.
That was his role. That was his role.
And he said, how much they offered you? And I was like, oh, I'm doing it for free. He's like, no. We're going to get $7,500 from the label. I was like, $7,500? I said, they're never going to give us that. He's like, they'll give us 10, but we're going to hook them up with 75.
Did you get 75?
Yes.
Make some noise.
I got 1,000. It don't matter what I got. In the fucking history books of one day when this all comes, when you look at that, you heard mixtape. That's fucking me, and that was all because I wanted to represent my fucking man N.O.R.E. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the N.O.R.E. video, looking skinny as shit.
You're a prisoner. You're a prisoner.
Oh, the good.
You're a prisoner, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. That was
Stockholm syndrome.
That was the first sampler I seen bootleg.
Yeah.
Like people didn't sample. People didn't bootleg sample us.
Yeah, it was like
that shit. I seen it on Canal Street. I was like, oh shit, I don't even want to fuck you up, Africa. Cause usually you beat the African dude up. You're like, yo, come on, my dude, you from Nigeria? Why you do that to me, man? Put it on, we're from the same place. It's like, you know. And then I looked, I seen the sampler. I was like, you know what? Just live. Spread the word. Like that was like the first internet. I was talking about the internet back then. But you know what's the crazy shit? The Tunnel.
The Tunnel nightclub, man.
We haven't talked about the Tunnel. You was the opener.
Was opener. Yep. My job was to play R&B.
Like when I hear opener, I just feel like you finger pop people. like you know, like
multiple people.
I mean, like you know, like girls, like you, it's like finger
guys and others.
Mostly girls, I guess.
Okay.
Girls, guys, and others.
But go ahead, talk about the
Tunnel nightclub was the illest fucking club in the world ever.
Yeah.
We'll
never have another club like that.
No, Sunday nights. New York City, I started there, I want to say 96, 97 in that era, now all the way until when it closed, 2000 something. But this was every Sunday night playing the realest, grimiest street hip hop shit. And this is early in the day where hip hop, there wasn't a lot of hip hop in clubs. There wasn't hip hop where you could just go on your title or whatever and just hear it. Like you had to like go to it. And this was playing, and it was fucking craziest shit ever. There was a jailhouse search on the way in.
Oh yeah, take your shoes off.
Take your shoes off. They would knock your boots
Security's
together.
grabbing your nuts and all that. Yeah, for real. And I still got raisins in there. God damn it.
I mean, a lot of people got shit in there. There was fucking shootouts.
Did you ever work at a record store?
Yeah, Fat Beats.
Fat Beats. Wasn't you signed to Fat Beats though? You had
we did shit through Fat Beats. So
Okay,
it's like that's a distribution.
Okay, yeah.
Yo, listen, we used to. So what's crazy is Mr. Morgan, at the time, used to have an apartment at 560 State Street.
Where Hov was at.
Right.
Yeah.
And we used to be in that crib in Brooklyn, literally like taking our vinyl and stuffing all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like putting all the vinyl in the sleeves, sending it to Fat Beats, sending it to London, sending it all around the world. So this is obviously like, you know what I'm saying? Like we literally had to walk around with backpacks full of our shit, you know what I'm saying, to give out the different DJs before internet and all that shit. So yeah, like shout out that whole crew. But that's where I come from though. My first tour in Europe was with Bobito. You know what I'm saying?
Stretch.
Yeah. Bobito from Stretch and Bobito. You know what I'm saying? Like he took us on a tour. It was us, The Roots was on there, Dilated Peoples was on there. You know what I'm saying? There was a Megahertz, a bunch of different people. A bunch of different people. So I come from that era.
Man, we've been in this fucking game.
I
see why you get people drunk, because then they just start saying whatever.
They just start ranting.
Yeah.
Some dumb shit.
Let's get Jerobi in here. Come on.
Yo, let me tell you something.
Take a break.
Let me tell you.
Take a break. It's not my fault.
Can I tell you something?
Come on.
Can I tell you how fucking... Can I say something?
Yes.
Can I tell you how crazy it is? You are a little different. You were my first rap friend. I remember calling you up and saying, can I DJ your fucking birthday party at Palladium or some shit? You know how crazy it is to now be friends with Jerobi from A Tribe Called Quest? Like, he's here hanging out with us. That's crazy to me.
He's my friend.
All I want to do is go watch him tell Tribe Called Quest story, Native Tongue stories, De La Soul story, and he's watching us tell stories. That's crazy to me.
Yeah, nah. He's such a great guy. Such a great guy.
R.I.P. to Fife, you know what I'm saying? Like, Fife I met Jerobi because obviously like Jerobi and Fife are best friends, and Jerobi was like, yo, he was one of Fife's favorite MCs, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, to me, that shit is wild bugged out, because it's like, I grew up watching them, you know what I'm saying, all the native tongue. So it's just funny like how shit, you know what I mean, comes around full circle.
Hell yeah, baby.
Word up.
Wait, we didn't put Jerobi right there? We put Jerobi there? Oh, okay, so we gotta put him there? Okay. Don't put that chair out. Whatever. You don't give a fuck. We doing it. And EFN with the bathroom too? All right, not together, right? So to make sure.
Buddy, Mafia does
Yes. Jerobi, what's going on? Make some noise for Jerobi! Drink Champ alumni.
I just bigged you up when you went to the bathroom.
I know we all bigged you up. Come on.
Say it's a fucking honor and a privilege to be friends with you and have you here watching us do an interview when all I do is watch you do an interview. You know what I'm saying?
These are my people. These are real friends of mine.
Right. Yo,
that's what I'm here to support.
Super
you know what I'm saying? They in my town, my adopted town. You know
what I'm saying?
Our adopted town.
Yes.
Shout out Kendall in the building.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Big up Kendall.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, but we knew each other before, but we're very close friends now through Dave Chappelle. Like that nigga Dave Chappelle is the illest connector.
Wait up, so you telling me you and Jerobi is like y'all plug is Dave Chappelle?
Yeah. Like we knew each other before,
but
like,
we're close now because of that.
Yo, Dave, you know what's funny? You're similar to Dave Chappelle in a lot of ways.
Please
right?
continue your speech.
I'm being serious.
That's my idol on the low.
You connect a lot of people. You connect a lot of people, and you create a vibe, and you look out for your people, big or small. You know what I'm saying? And Dave is the same way. Dave will have these events, man.
It's crazy. He'll have like, we'll be in a room. It's like I remember one room we was in. It was like us. And it was like Nipsey Hussle, T.I., Sanjay Gupta. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Wow.
Like it was nuts. He had rooms like that. You know what I'm saying?
No, one time I went to Dave Chappelle's house. He has this event at his house in Ohio called the Juke Joint.
Yeah, Juke Joint.
And he calls me and he's like, "Yo, you coming to my house, right?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Did you buy a ticket yet?" I go, "No." He goes, "Don't buy a ticket. I think I got room for you on the private jet."
Great story.
So I said, "Okay." He's like, "But don't be late, because if you're late, these people are not gonna wait for you." So I'm like, "Who the fuck are these people?" So I go to the Teterboro Airport, New Jersey.
So chill. So Dave calls me. He goes, "Yo, come down to my shit. I want you to come and get on." You know what I'm saying? He was like, "Yo, don't worry, I got the PJ for you." He was like, I was like, "A word?" He was like, "You're not gonna be alone. There'll be some people you might know."
The PJ is a private jet.
Private jet.
Sorry. Come on, man. You gotta tell us.
I'm the first one at the airport, right? Cardi was there too, but Cardi came from Toronto. He didn't come from New York. I'm the first one at the airport. I'm sitting there, and Q-Tip and Jerobi from A Tribe Called Quest walk into the airport. I'm like,
together.
Oh, shit.
We're together.
I've talked to them many times,
legendary.
interviewed them, but to be on that close proximity on a fucking private, I was like, this is my fucking childhood dreams coming true. Then David Blaine,
David Blaine?
Yes. David Blaine, the magician. He didn't really walk in. He kind of
floated in.
He kind of appeared. So I'm like, oh shit. Yeah, he floated in. So David Blaine's in the private airport, bending quarters, biting glass, all types of crazy shit.
Making Boris disappear.
Then fucking Bradley Cooper walks in.
What the
I'm like,
Yes.
oh shit, Bradley Cooper's getting on a private jet too. He walks over to us like, you guys on a Dave Chappelle plane? What?
Wait, this is recent shit.
This is like maybe like
2 years ago, 3 years ago?
No, maybe three now. Because it was way before the Stars Born movie.
Yeah,
came out.
3 years ago.
So boom, then I'm like, what the fuck is happening? Then Gayle King walks in. Gayle King. Then Tony came. Tony's Dave's friends from high school, which was what I'm talking about. You got the biggest niggas in the world.
Naomi Campbell walks in. Beth Ann Hardison walks in.
Beth Ann Hardison is Kadeem Hardison's mom, but apparently she was like the one that was like the manager of like
supermodel.
Yes.
And made Naomi Campbell fucking manage the supermodel show, agent, whatever. And yo, all these people, we get on a fucking plane, and it's the craziest shit. But it's not crazy because everybody's at ease. Because everybody knows
that everybody is somebody.
Everybody knows if you cool with Dave, and Dave
gotta be okay.
Let you on this plane,
you gotta be a good person.
Okay.
So everybody's
not getting fucked up on the plane.
Right.
What you mean?
They had some drinks.
Well, he.
But yo, son, do you understand? And that's normal for Dave, right?
Yeah.
And he brings all these people together, and
That's
like
awesome.
you just order. That's how N.O.R.E is too. Like if N.O.R.E introduces you, you know you've already been vetted. You good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yo, the shit.
So I'm the Dave Chappelle or hip hop.
You Dave Chappelle.
That is the most honor I've ever got. Cipha Sounds. You've been my friend for 20 years for a reason. Jesus, that was one of the best compliments ever. Dave Chappelle or hip hop. I need to make a play.
I don't like it.
I'm gonna need a real drink after that.
So, we got some Colombian white. We got some vodka. We got the last bottles of DJ Khaled. Now, Cypher.
The last bottles of DJ Khaled.
At one point,
Yeah.
Just give me a beer.
you called DJ Khaled.
Give him a beer, bro.
I called DJ Khaled.
No, y'all had a little like fake smoke.
A scuffle?
It wasn't fake smoke. It was friend smoke.
What happened?
It was real
You
smoke.
invited him to a party and he did not show.
Nah, that was the reason.
Well, it was one of them. Just a lot of things.
But he hasn't showed to your shit for a long time?
Yeah, he never showed up to any of my shit. But
never.
But why did it result into that one thing we all saw?
You're a liar.
On the
yeah.
Because
like, why did it have to take it to there?
At that time, I was very upset.
Yeah, of course.
I was very upset at the time. I was going through a lot of personal shit where I feel like I do a lot for other people and nobody was doing anything for me.
Right.
This was pre-therapy. So that's when
Do you think therapy would have changed this?
Oh, therapy has changed it.
What would have changed that, though?
Yes.
So you say you was a hater before therapy?
Huh?
Are you saying you was a hater?
No, I wasn't a hater. I was upset that I was helping people out and nobody was helping me out.
So go ahead.
That's normal behavior. That's not.
With Khaled?
Yeah.
No, but you gotta understand my relationship with Khaled. The reason why it hurt so much is because we was tight. It's not just like someone in the rap game. Like we were brothers. You know what I'm saying? Still are. Sorry, I don't mean to say it past tense.
You been to his new house?
Still are. I haven't been to the new house.
So why hasn't Khaled come on Drink Champs? I'm asking you.
I'm listening to Cipha Sounds.
No, but I'm asking you.
Why y'all have a problem with Khaled?
No, I'm asking you.
Listen to Cipha Sounds.
No, but I'm asking you.
I don't have an answer.
Did you ask him?
I don't have an answer. No, I do not answer. I gave
He
up.
said he's gonna come on.
He said he's gonna come on.
But 2 years in a row.
He can't.
Yes.
His story.
No, he's not coming on.
Crazy.
I don't know.
I'm asking you.
I don't
A lot of
know.
people says and then they end up coming and then.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
gonna ask you in Spanish. Va a venir DJ Khaled.
Supuestamente que sí.
Ok, bueno. Muchas gracias.
Pick up the Cipha Sounds that been in my Spanish class. He came to Spanish class.
But learn how to conjugate verbs today.
So Khaled.
So the first time Khaled was ever on Hot 97 was because of me. I brought him on to guest DJ.
For Bobby
introduce him to Flex. He was on Flex's show. I have the tape. I got a picture.
You introduced Khaled to
What
Flex?
made you want to bring him on to
Khaled was my nigga. Every time I came to Miami,
he held you down. Mix 96 back in those days?
No, more like Power 99. Like when I used to come from.
He's on 99 Jams.
Sorry, 99 Jams.
Yeah.
Sorry, 99 Jams.
Right.
Right at the tail end of Mix 96 days. But
Right.
Khaled, like, I used to come to Miami a lot. I used to DJ down here a
Khaled
lot.
was a man out here.
I used to do Memorial Day weekend, like 5 nights of
He
parties.
is the man out here.
Of
He
course.
is the man.
Khaled would send someone to pick me up at the airport, and then that kid would leave, and I would just take Khaled's truck. And he would just let us just use his truck for the weekend. Like Buttafuoco, Khaled, all of them, my peoples. And then I brought him to New York and like put him on the radio and all this crazy shit. And he blew up. I mean, crazy. You know what I'm saying? But like, I felt like anytime he needed something, he would call me and I'd play his record. I'd go ham on it. I broke Rick Ross because of him. He gave me the Rick Ross record. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know who Rick Ross was. I mean, I liked the record, but it was really Khaled's favorite.
Absolutely.
Khaled was like, "Can you play this? This is my not even my artist. This is a artist from Miami. This record is we try to make it be something." And I blew it up in New York. And then me and Ross became cool because of that. But originally, that was a Khaled favorite. Wow. Whatever you want, whatever you need, my brother, I'm gonna play it. So then he blows up, and like my improv show. Everybody in the world did my improv show. N.O.R.E was my first guest ever, and he would always not do. But then another thing with Khaled is that he was running with this guy named JUAN's, who was
we gotta big up JUAN.
JUAN's is the
man.
fucking
JUAN's is the man.
Dude. Yeah, so like even JUAN's is running with Khaled, and I'm like, why y'all not doing nothing for me? What? Now I realize I don't give a fuck if you do something for me or not. But I was just wondering back then why they wouldn't do this. You know what I'm saying?
Do what though?
Like show up to one of my clubs or events or parties or birthday party or something.
Right.
And like, you know, he was all over the place. So that's why I got
needed
upset.
Khaled himself to show up?
Did I? What?
I'm saying that's what you were asking?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why I got upset. But now it's all good.
It's all good.
Big up to Khaled was the one that introduced me to Bounty Killer, yo.
Oh wow.
Really?
I was in New York City doing press. It was when McCarty Slang came out. I'm in the hotel, and I get a call.
I did a record with Bounty Killer too. Just
Word
for
up, big up the general.
Yeah.
And I get a call,
records.
and he says, "Yo, Cardi." I said, "Khaled, what's good?" He said, "Yo, I got Rodney Price on the phone." I said, "Who?" He said, "Hold on." And niggas came on the phone and said, yo, who this? Cardinal, yo, Ray. And I'm like, yo, this is Bounty Killer. And you have to understand, like, 2001 Bounty Killer. Like,
what do you mean, sit right now?
But I mean, 2001 Bounty Killer is like 2001 Bounty Killer.
Is Bounty Killer.
But I have to big up Khaled because Khaled was so entrenched into the dance hall.
Absolutely,
like,
you know
what I'm saying? But that was my link to Bounty Killer was Khaled. Khaled was in the Dangerous video.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because we shot that here. Yeah. We shot that in Miami.
A lot of my career, when I really started making a name for myself as a DJ, was me trying to copy Khaled, yo. Like his shit, he used to fucking
Flex?
murder it. No.
You know what I just said? Let me just tell you something. I feel like this, you could stop me or you could correct me.
Yeah.
I said this the other day, and hopefully there's some people that was there. If there's not, it's no problem.
I'm sure there's somebody recording.
To me, DJ Funkmaster Flex is the best radio DJ ever. Like when Flex say New York City pull over, you know I'm one of them dudes that pull over. Like no, I'm dead sick. I miss flights because of Flex. Like the nigga that told me pull over, I was like, yo, driver, pull over, my nigga. Like, there's nothing else I can do. He told me to pull over. Like I kid you not. I'm like, I miss flight. Like he said, New York City pull over. This is something you gotta listen to. And I pulled over. Listen, I missed my flight again because of Meek Mill and Drake. When Flex said he had both of them, I was like, yo, do I really want to be in the air when this happens?
See, that's how hip hop you are, man. It's so amazing.
I know my wife. I called my wife like, yo, I'm gonna miss this one, and I didn't tell her why because I know she wouldn't understand. So I know she thought I was doing some funny shit. So I just made up some crazy shit, but I really wanted to hear the two records in my city when this happens. Like that's how hip hop I am. I kid you not. You know what I'm saying?
Thankfully, I was in Queens for that.
Listen.
Thankfully.
Like I'm not gonna lie, like when Flex, like when, and you can tell when, like when Ether came out or the Takeover came out, you can tell that Flex liked the Jay-Z more, but he went with Ether, and like
Flex, that nigga, when I tell you. There's no people like, oh, he taking money, he taking payola, he plays favorites. That nigga, all he does is keep his ear to the streets in many different ways. He got his little young DJ, that was who I was in the beginning. Keep my ear to the street, tell him what records is popping. This nigga Flex, if he's driving around and he hears a song 3 times, like if he's at a gas station and hears somebody playing a song and then he drive down 125th Street, hears somebody play a song, that nigga will do everything in his power to get that song and play it on the radio that night. That's how much his passion is. He'll hear it and be like, why people keep playing this song and I don't have it? And we'll find a way to get it and play it that night. You know what I'm saying? That's how much he loves the radio, yo. And I remember when he played Nas' Hate Me Now. And people were like, he's playing it for 2 hours already. You know what I'm saying? That's how I broke Rick Ross. I was just trying to copy Flex, because Flex was on vacation. I was filling in. It was like Christmas time. And I was trying to play hustling Rick Ross the way I saw Flex break all these different records over the years. You know what I'm saying? And it worked, obviously. The nigga got a fucking deal for it. But, Flex is the ultimate radio person.
I'm gonna be honest, when it's not your record, you be like, yo, why don't you calm down? Well, when he did it with Super Thug, I was like, it's absolutely correct. I deserve hour and a half.
This is what should be happening. All the accolades.
But this
he makes
one,
a movie, man.
But who's doing that like in the 2020? You know what I'm saying?
How can you?
No, I'm not gonna lie. No, I'm not gonna lie.
And nobody needs to do that.
No, I gotta stop you right there. I gotta stop you right there. He's still doing it, bro. Like still to this day. I'm not gonna lie. Now maybe
but that Meek shit hurt him though.
Yeah, when he didn't have that.
The entire planet was tuned in.
When you talk when he didn't have the record?
Yes.
Yeah, that night was rough.
Niggas in the UK, I'm talking to my guys in the UK. These guys are up at whatever time in the morning, 3 in the morning, like they tuned in there. We tuned in Canada. They tuned in the whole world was tuned in.
Let me tell you this story, right? So I'm like I said, I missed the flight. So I stood in, and me, I'm just like a little bit psychopath sometimes. Like, so I had a record. I'm like, yo, in the mix of all this, I hit Flex. I'm like, yo, can you play this record? This is the day after he didn't have the Meek record. I don't know if I'm supposed to say this, Flex, but I'm sorry if I'm not. But I'm sure he doesn't care. So I called him. I'm like, yo, you know, I want to, you know, you play this record. So Flex goes to me. Did I look like a biscuit last night?
That's real shit. That's real. That's real.
And I'm like, because I'm not trying to say it. So I'm like, what are you talking about, Flex? He's like, he's like, no, I know you was too. Like, I know you got your ear to the street. So I'm like, all right, cool. He looks a little crazy.
Yeah. Wait, I'm sorry. I know I should know what this is, but he said he had it and then didn't have it?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait.
Basically.
Did he say he had it or he said he was going to get it?
He said it's on his way. That was enough.
But is that his fault or is that Meek's fault?
It didn't matter. He announced it. You gotta take it. You gotta take that smoke. Meek ain't say it. Meek ain't go on and say, yo, Flex got the record. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, let's move on. This is how you know. Because they know Flex is a real dude. Like, he takes his wins with his losses the same way. And I respect that.
That's true.
So I called and so I'm trying to avoid it as much as I can. So I said, yo, you look a little crazy. I said, you look a little crazy. He said, no, I know I do. And I said, why you asked me? Like, well, how you know you do? He said, I stayed home the next day. I pre-recorded. He said, I pre-recorded the next day and I just stayed home. He said, but I was not coming out because I just wanted to think about what happened. I'm like, all right, cool. He said, but I got a delivery. He said, so I had to answer the door. He said, so I answered the door. It's the UPS guy. He said, the one person I see throughout the whole day. And the UPS guy sees, he notices me and goes, rough night, huh? I said, yo, my respect level for Flex was so much. Because he cheerleads his wins the same way. Like, yo, I lost that one. This one I lost.
Was UPS dude bringing him the record?
No. So the UPS dude, you know, But yeah, I ain't gonna lie. And listen, for the people that's listening, because earlier you said, you know, the label and all that, I want people to know, I have never heard of Flex ever taking payments. Like, to play your record, no. See, this was to host a sampler, because I want to make that clear.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I want to make that clear, because, you know, people will get...
I wasn't sorry.
Yeah,
I hope I didn't make it sound
listen, I can bring Flex a record. If he love it, he gonna play it. Yeah. If he hate it, he's gonna tell me I hate it.
Yeah, but
and I'm not playing.
If he tells you he hates it and he's not gonna play it, and then the streets start playing it, he's gonna play it.
He's gonna play it and then tell you I was wrong.
Yep.
Or you go, he plays the game. He plays the game. He plays the game. So, what's the shit you hate in hip hop, Jarobi?
That I hate?
What you hate? I asked you what you love last time you was there.
Yeah.
So now it's time for the hate, man.
Facts. What do you hate, Drew? What do I hate? Everybody sound the same. Riding the wave. Riding the wave. That's the thing I hate. Because
it's 15 million futures.
Yeah. Because the whole hip hop thing was based on
originality.
Your voice.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And everybody else jumping on the thing that's hot. You see everybody just run from thing to thing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't like that.
Right.
That sucks.
Like everybody want N.O.R.E. Harvey.
You know?
Why? She's gorgeous. Can't one person in this all?
And that's it. Get your next one. You don't want the same one.
Yeah, why everybody want the same one? Like, I went too far. I'm scared of N.O.R.E. Harvey. I'm scared of the family. But like, no one's with me on this one?
I don't know who that is.
Jesus, like you married nigga for real. High five. High five. You don't know who N.O.R.E. Harvey is? You don't
your wife don't have you watch your garbage?
You don't, huh?
Give me a second.
You don't know who N.O.R.E. Harvey is? Come on, man. Y'all niggas bugging.
Who is that?
You know who N.O.R.E. Harvey is.
Absolutely not.
Who is that? Who is that, bro?
Who is that, for real?
It's the story.
He's Googling it right now.
He's Googling it right now. Read the first couple things that come up.
Tory Lanez.
Did he really get N.O.R.E. Harvey pregnant?
Did he?
That's a girl.
And now she's got Future. All in 1 year. She's the GOAT.
Wait, what did you say? Tory Lanez?
She was squatting with Tory Lanez, Diddy, and Future in the same year. She's the GOAT.
Yikes.
Let's be clear. Let's be clear, bro.
Steve Harvey's daughter.
Steve Harvey's.
Oh my God! Come on, guys.
And the plot thickens.
I did hear about her when she was dating Diddy. That's
But and remember, me put her around. I got N.O.R.E on this wish list.
Hey,
What do you mean?
relax,
It's a public
buddy.
record.
Relax.
What do you mean? It's a public
I
record.
will admit, in the last 4 years since I left the radio,
Are you reading this or you just
I
saying
ignore
this?
all of this shit. I'm not in the business of hip hop rumors anymore that I have to talk about it on the radio. I'm in the comedy world now. Like, I don't follow these fucking Instagram things.
But even the comedy world, comments on hip hop.
Yeah.
Don't let the tree fall too far from
No.
Don't let
I
the apple fall too far from the tree,
hip-hop
okay,
jokes.
sir?
I don't comment on observations of hip hop. I talk about my things that happen in hip hop. See what I'm saying? Nobody else can do that. There's no other DJs, A&Rs, managers who now do fucking stand-up comedy.
That's very true. You're the first.
I got a joke talking about how I didn't sign Drake when I had the chance to. Yeah, another loser move from Cipha Sounds.
Wait a minute.
Loser move from Cipha Sounds.
One last shot, that's it. Five.
Loser move from
You had a chance to sign Drake. Why are we just getting to this now? Okay.
Nah, it's not, I mean,
this is something we should have landed with.
Can we do a segment called Loser Moves from Cipha Sounds?
just hang out with me, you'll see more. No, I mean it's not. It's the joke. The joke makes it sound worse than it is. But I'm saying he gave me his demo in Caravan a weekend, and I said to him, I'm not really messing with artists right now.
You told him great story,
You did it for real. That's like a
great story, buddy.
I'm not
say.
really messing with artists right now, but fucking yeah. I mean, I still made it up. You know the famous freestyle when Drake was at Hot 97 with reading off the BlackBerry that everybody made fun of him.
It was like on like a free beat or something like that.
I don't remember. Yeah.
Like
But yeah, I brought him up there. I brought him up
damn
there.
sight.
But that's just a joke. I'm saying I was A&R at the time and I could have signed him,
But you told him
you blew it.
You're not fucking with artists.
I wasn't in the mood to fuck with artists at the time. I had just gotten out of a lot of weird situations.
I think you should start smoking weed.
I think today I started.
He's like a hip hop Forrest Gump.
Yeah.
No, son, I always say that. But you always gonna laugh at the loser shit. I got a lot of wins. Yeah,
you Cipha Sounds. That's a win.
And the MTV shit.
Yeah, I was at
How'd you like the MTV?
Damn, I forgot about that.
You was a VJ.
Yeah, I loved it.
You was with Lala too, and you put on Angela Lee.
Angela Yee, yeah. She's on the Breakfast Club now.
Yeah.
I put her on. I mean, I didn't put her on. She got put on, and then I helped her learn how to do radio, which then she fucking when I got the morning show, I tried to bring her with me, but they gave her a bullshit deal, and then she was like, all right, cool, and then a year later she was like, I'm gonna go to your competition and fucking smash you. But I told him, I told Hot 97, I said, yo, this bitch is fire.
So funny, man.
You need to give her a job, and they gave her some bullshit, and I told her. Same way I told Jay. Because I try to bring.
Angela Lee's our sister. We love her.
I love her to death.
We love her.
I try to create Rock Nation comedy, and
you had a comedy show on Tidal too, right?
Yeah, I had two different comedy shows on Tidal, and I try to do Rock Nation comedy, and I try to explain it to Jay how he had Kevin Hart first. Kevin Hart's first movie is a Rockefeller movie.
Paper Soldiers.
Paper Soldiers. Yeah, I'm like, you had the nigga.
Who's his first scene with, sir?
N.O.R.E, I think.
Yeah,
N.O.R.E.
Yeah. Google that.
Can you Google it?
I think you gonna Google it, baby. I think you gonna Google it. You know what I mean? Troogle it. You know what I mean? But go ahead.
But yeah, no, I'm just saying, like, I try to fucking, that's the same thing. Like, you, sometimes opportunities.
Kevin Hart's my Rihanna.
Why?
Whoa.
I can't follow.
What?
I can't find
That's
this
a little
nigga.
weird.
Like Rihanna, like
Like
his
Rihanna,
first scene was
not
with me.
really?
Right, and you haven't spoken to him since?
No, I have not. No, I'm lying. I got pictures with him and shit like that. Last time I seen him, he told me he was fat. I'm like, damn, Kev. That's like, I'm like a tight shirt. Like, I got a tight shirt. He said, you gotta tighten up, buddy. Kevin's hot. Jesus, my son is right here. Like, we was going to see the same train in Hollywood Hino. Got to have a big him up, he from Left Rack. Yeah, Hollywood Hino. Hollywood Hino from Left Rack, by the way. way. I don't know if y'all know.
Hey, man.
Salud. Look, we forgot to do this.
It's supposed to say it's like bad sex or something.
Hold on, Jerome. You gotta go.
Look,
And both of y'all, that's prescription?
yeah.
Y'all prescriptions?
That's
All right, cool.
prescription. Let's go. Take the pictures.
So what do you? Hold on. What do you hate about hip hop?
What do I hate about hip hop?
Yeah.
God, give me some.
A couple things. I came up at a time. The reason why I chose this like fucking crazy ass name was because like we used to try so hard to be original. You know what I'm saying?
Official.
Because it's like when I made this shit, it's like I didn't want to go to anywhere else in the world and there's gonna be another Kardinal. There's gonna be somebody that sounded like me. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I came up basically like a mashup of KRS-One, Mishi Me from Canada, Big Daddy Kane, Public Enemy. The biggest thing that I ever learned coming up as an MC, I think, was like when KRS came with that Edutainment album. That was me. That pretty much summed up what I wanted to do. Was I wanted to educate, at the same time I wanted to entertain niggas. You know what I'm saying? And it's like what I don't like about hip hop right now.
Edutainment.
Absolutely, but this is what I like. What I don't like about hip hop that I don't understand is it's like people always, and one thing I'm gonna encourage you guys to do. I was watching the N.O.R.E joint. Yo, the thing is, it's like the one thing that we didn't do, I think, enough as OGs in the game is really kick game to the younger generation. You know what I'm saying? We didn't.
I want to hear my argument before you continue.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't feel like they respect us enough. So like right here, I really kick.
But it's because they don't know though.
They don't know.
They don't know.
But finish what you were saying.
Yeah, please.
So I mean, like what it is I think like I cannot blame the younger generation because like when I was a youth coming up in this thing, like the OGs, like when I met Busta Rhymes, he sat me down and gave me game. He's like, yo, nigga, you missed this. Used to be like this, rah, 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 and literally like showed me all the shit when I met him. You know what I'm saying?
Dope.
And it's like all the older heads, like they used to, you know, when I met them, it was never a friction. It was a like, yo, we fuck with you. Yo, this is how it was. What you doing is dope. But you know what I'm saying?
They don't feel like that now.
They were the bridge.
Now, like the younger dudes, they more high.
But here's the thing:
drunk,
I don't really fuck with the ageism. And what's crazy right now is ageism is like the biggest division in hip hop. But what's wild is it's like, yo, I'll fuck with anybody, like even as a senior director of like N.O.R.E, whatever the fuck. The reason why I like that shit is I get to see what's on the other side of the iron curtain. The shit that as artists, they never showed us that shit. They never really showed us what's up. But to me, I don't give a fuck as long as you dope. If you 16 and you fire, if you know what I'm saying, if you are somebody that's had an age, I don't really recommend people to try and start as an old ass nigga. But like, if you somebody that's in the game, but you dope as fuck, like when Tribe came out with that last album, like the shit was still fire. You understand what I'm saying?
To this day, I jog to it.
I'm that person that I don't really believe in like the age, like when niggas is like, he's an old nigga, he's washed, or this nigga's young, so he's the hot shit. If you young and you trash, you trash. You know what I'm saying? If you an older head within the music, but you dope, you dope. That's it. That's what it is. But the thing is, we have to do our job and educate them. Because here's the thing, I knew about everybody coming up. Like I learned about niggas that was like out way before me. I didn't just know about niggas that was like my age group or niggas that came out when I was around. It's a shit to where I learned about everything. Like when, you know what I'm saying, like Queensbridge, I could tell you everything about it. Like from MC Shang, the Bridge is one of my favorite joints. MC Mitski from Brooklyn when he came out with Brooklyn Brew Up the Bridge, like all that shit. Like I was a little kid. So niggas can't talk to me about like, yo, OG, I'm 21. I don't really know about that shit. I was only 14. Yo, I was 8 years old studying this shit. You know what I'm saying? The thing is, we didn't have internet. We didn't have, anything that we talk about right now, anything, we could go to our phones and just Google it real quick and be like, okay, I'm educated.
Right.
We literally, on some real shit, like I had to go to Coliseum to understand what Coliseum was like. Right. I had to go to Fulton. We had to take trips to London and do shows at the Jazz Cafe in London. Like we literally had to be out there and experience the shit. But the thing was, I wanted to do that shit. Right. You understand what I'm saying? But what I tell niggas is like this, and very quick and easy way to break it down. Right. If we are out on the street, right, and a nigga finds $100 bill out on the street, they're gonna be like, oh shit, got this $100. Yo, you know what? I'm gonna take it home to the wife and be like, yo, we going to wherever tonight, blah, blah, blah. They gonna spend that 100 real quick. If that same nigga, if you tell him it's $1 an hour, that's your job. You're gonna, whatever your job is, your employment, you're gonna get paid $1 an hour. By the time you get to $100, you're gonna look at that $100 different. You're gonna value it. You're gonna understand how much work it took for you to get to that fucking $100. And you're gonna look at it different. And I think what's happening right now is the phones, the computers are making that $100 easy because they can just find it on the street. They find it and they're like, cool, it's 100. But for us, because we had to live it, we had to put in the work. We value the shit different. You cannot really make a nigga live that experience because a nigga's gonna say, oh gee, I am not fucking FedExing shit. I'm gonna double click and I'm gonna find the answer. But the only thing that we can do is we can pass down the shit from OGs to the young G's and really give them game. And like going back to that whole Drake story, that's what I'm saying. There was never no beef because as an OG, the other thing is you can't think as somebody who's younger and doesn't know better. Once you go through shit and you mature, that's why I went to studio. I had a conversation with Drake and it was love and we made a song. We made The Last Hope that day. So for me, from the time that I started, it's only because I got a certain respect, whether it was niggas in the street that was like, niggas, stay out the street. You fire, like, yo, don't fuck with this shit. Like, yo, be in the studio. Them niggas in the streets used to give me bread so that I could go pay for my studio time. We don't do that right now, you know what I'm saying? And that's why it's like, quietly, and I'm a nigga like, you know what I'm saying? Like, kind of sight, but in a different way. Like, I let all the niggas run around and, not I let them, but they do that shit. You know what I'm saying? They can big up themselves and whatever. I'm doing shit quietly. Because what I want to do is I want to, through my platforms, be able to educate, but also be able to create opportunities. And that's why you can ask anybody from my city that know me, anybody from London, anybody from Miami, Jamaica, anywhere. Like, I've done records with everybody. I have relationships with everybody because I am somebody that loves hip hop. Like right now, I am living well, and there's a lot of MCs, you know, that are not doing that well. And I'm blessed to be super fucking good in 2020. You understand what I'm saying? And I never take that for granted, and that's what I want to pass on to
you. So dope, so dope. Damn. So you know, go right in there with you. What do you hate about hip hop?
Oh, fuck. I mean, it's along the lines of what they're saying, but really more in the sense of the music. I don't know what the older people hate the younger people, so they don't like all the shit about your age and all that shit is one thing, but like exposing them to the music, right? Like they don't do the lessons and the knowledge about the shit that came beforehand, right? Like all these young kids like Tyler the Creator and all that shit love Pharrell, right? Yeah. But do they know you put Pharrell on? You know what I'm saying? Right. So shit like that bothers me a lot.
That bothers me.
It bothers me. You gotta do your history because then they're like, I don't fuck with that shit.
I ain't gonna lie. That would be just in case he thought, like, you know, because, you know, I'll wash you up, Tyler. I'm just being honest.
And Tyler's
but shit like that bothers me.
But he's dope, though. I actually am a fan of him. I'm a fan of him. I was not a fan of the actions and the mood that happened that night. Yeah. Like, I have always showed people respect from Busy B to Dave East.
Yeah.
Like, Busy B and Dave East gets the same amount of respect from me.
Yeah. That's how it should.
You know what I'm saying? I love Busy B.
To piggyback off that, it's weird because, like, once you love something or something you want to do, you try to find out everything you can about that, right?
Right.
And I don't understand, like, these dudes say they love it,
Right.
They don't do that knowledge.
I don't. That's something I don't.
You know what I'm saying? Because once you,
is it their fault or is it our fault?
I don't know. I think it's like you say, like it's so much easier now.
I think it's more their fault.
it's more than fun.
I
Like I
would
said,
read
when you like something, like when I used to like comic books, Spider-Man. I got every
I
Spider-Man
didn't
comic book.
Ali, but I saw damn near all the Ali's fights.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I'm really the Floyd Mayweather.
I've listened to every
generation, to tell you the
Malcolm X speech ever I could find recorded. I've listened to, and then
truth. I
like
listen to Hector Lavoe.
exactly,
Right
and
now,
then also I used to read interviews and like Muggs from Cypress Hill. No, thank you.
I was gonna try though.
Like Muggs from Cypress Hill was like, oh, I sampled this record to make this song, and I went and tried to find everything I could find about that artist or that group or that record. Right? They don't do that nowadays, which fucking bothers me because let's say, for example, A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky's real name, his legal name is Rakim. He's named after a great MC. How are you not researching Rakim when you learn that and learn everything?
But we don't know that he didn't do that. We don't.
No,
know
not
that.
him, not him. He has. I'm saying fans.
Yeah.
Right.
His fans.
You know what the crazy shit was? This is, and I admit, Little Baby has been one of the topics of our conversations since Irv got here.
Little Baby or Da Baby?
No, Little Baby. Little Baby said, "I'm going back to Cali like Biggie," and the crazy shit is that's a dope line. But the thing is, if you really know your history, going back to Cali is LL. No.
Yeah, but
Chill. No, I'm talking about the original Going Back to Cali record. That was LL Cool J. That wasn't Biggie. So what I'm saying is,
got it.
So what I'm saying is, this should have been someone in this camp like, yo, listen, because what you're saying is dope and what you're saying is correct.
yeah.
But for a hip hop historian, if I was in his camp, I would corrected that line, like going back to Cali like LL.
Yeah, but he grew. I don't mind that one because he grew up on Biggie more than LL probably.
Yeah, but someone who's a hip hop historian should have let him know that the original record.
Yeah, maybe.
Like Biggie was sampling.
Right. Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I don't.
that's like somebody saying, back in the days in the Boulevard of Linden, and it's fucking, you know, Monster Energy from Linden. From Linden.
The Monster Energy from Linden?
From Linden.
Yeah.
He has the right to say that because he's from Linden, but he also, like, when I said Bo knows this, when Fight said Bo knows this, and Bo, it was, and I say, N.O.R.E. know this. Like, that was clearly a salute.
Yeah.
It was a salute to these niggas. But there's a lot of people who hear Bo knows this and Bo knows that, and they be like, oh shit, they bit N.O.R.E. No, I clearly bit Paul.
But that's why these shows are so important though.
Right.
Because the thing is, I watched the shit with Irv, and it's like the shit was, I was like in the movie theater like throwing popcorn because I'm like, nah, these niggas can't do that because if you don't use this platform to talk about that shit, you're right. There isn't another platform that's doing what you guys are doing.
Right.
All the other shit, there is a platform for that. But the thing is, there's gonna be a lot of the young niggas that's like, yo, I heard y'all niggas on Drink Champs, and yo, I didn't know X, Y, and Z, and blah, blah, blah. And that's why it's so important that y'all niggas gotta keep it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, guess what? We don't have the source anymore. We don't have XXL rap pages. All the shit that we used to like.
That's why I look at this. I look at when a person do Drink Champs, you get like a cover.
No, that's what.
Cover the source.
100%.
Yeah, cover the source.
Yo, I got a young homie. What you do, like your platform is super important. Don't take it for granted.
Oh, appreciate you.
I got a young homeboy,
Right.
high school age. You know what I'm saying? He come through. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes. You know what I'm saying? And he knows who you are from the show.
Wow.
So I just opened him up to who's N.O.R.E.
Right.
Well, see, yo, you know about CNN?
Right.
Why don't you tell me about CNN? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they don't really know. Like,
so it opens the doors.
But
so
some of these,
You have fans from Drink Champs that don't even know about CNN and all that, right?
I absolutely love it though. Like, I absolutely like before, when in my insecure stage, I would have been like, what? You don't know who Pollo Loco is? You don't know who the Warrior was? Like, you don't know this shit. Because I worked so
appreciate however you accept me into your home.
Yeah.
If you accept me in as chicken, like if I had chicken, N.O.R.E. chicken, I'm gonna come over from chicken. I'm gonna come over from chicken. Cause I gotta do some crazy shit. I'm gonna come on. I'm the first nigga to come on with chicken, microwavable chicken.
You're gonna be the first microwavable chicken.
The first one to come.
No, I'm talking about first rapper nigga. Niggas got chips.
The first microwave.
Niggas got chips. Niggas got chips. Niggas got sneakers. I'm coming out with vegan and microwavable.
He's the first microwavable chicken.
Pollo loco chicken, nigga. Like it's gonna be crazy. Like, cause I'm just different.
Microwavable,
I'm just different. But let me bring up the Cipha Sounds. You're the first person in one day. You did my new show Spanish class, where I'm actually learning Spanish. Cause your name is Luis Diaz. And you don't know Spanish.
Chachi.
And I'm
Chachi.
What's Chachi?
From
That's the name we give everybody. Chachi.
But how was Spanish class coming to Spanish class?
Shit was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun. But I mean, I really learned some shit today.
Yes.
Well, also, I didn't know, was I supposed to be cracking jokes? Because I was trying to crack a lot of jokes.
Of course you crack jokes. Come on, you're a comedian.
You didn't really say much on there.
No, because you know why? It's not Drink Champs. Like Drink Champs is no edit. This is all about the edit. So we're just gonna get, 12 little great minutes, you know what I'm saying? The fact is we're both Puerto Rican, and the fact is we both don't speak Spanish. It's a travesty.
Yeah, it is. It is a travesty.
It's a travesty.
I try to learn Spanish 2 or 3 times in my adult life, and it just won't stick.
So you went to a regular, public Spanish class?
Like a class.
I would like to do that. Me and Mr. Lee. We're just gonna go
I think it's better the way you do it with an individual teacher.
That's a little Hollywood. It's Hollywood because I had a guy come to me. I need to recognize that's my friend. He's hired, but I need to go to a regular public like where it's like motherfucking Jamaicans trying to learn. Yo, wait, why? How you say como se dice? I want to go to that the public shit like where I go there and shit just. Sit down and try to ella no come. Or you say, mujeres.
Yeah, you're involved now.
Con gelba. Hey, yo, listen, man. We got legends in the building, man. I want to thank y'all, man. We had Yo, Jerobi, man, this is so much of a great guy, man. So much, when I see Queens people, man, we out here, and we living in a motherfucking tropical place, having fun, drinking Douce, monster drinks, and having Cipha Sounds, taking some motherfucking Tiger Bone, and motherfucking Kardinal Offishall. This nigga's hair got greener as he took more shots of Tiger Bone.
I'm just saying to Drink Champ, what's your fans called?
Drink Champs Army.
Drink Champs Army.
Drink Champs Army.
Yeah, we're not like Rihanna's army. Like we need Rihanna's army.
Rihanna has a Navy.
She's got the Navy.
She got the Navy. We need Rihanna's Navy to get down with. She smoked blunts. That's the crazy shit. She has not changed. That's what I'm saying. You can get on your album. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you when you can't get on your album. If she starts smoking combs and joints and like bongs, the fact that she smoked blunts, she is more realer than a lot of niggas. I'm telling you, I be looking at her Instagram, I be zooming in, you do that? You're like, I be looking like, that's not a joint. That's a blunt. You can get on your album. Y'all can get on your album. Kardinal Offishall. I'm telling you, that's the most hooded shit in the world.
I'm on a different path right now. I'm doing a lot of comedy shit. Shout out to Dave Chappelle, shout out to Michael Che, Michelle Wolf, Mo Amer. These are people I tour with. I'm at the Comedy Cellar in New York at all times. That's fun.
When?
But, all the time. If I'm in New York, you can come to the Comedy Cellar and
just
see me.
any date? You don't give no date? No.
I'm there every week. You gotta just look it up every week.
Just every week, okay.
But listen, please, if you take nothing away, man, go on your computer, go on your phone, look up Kardinal Offishall, see all the crazy shit he's done, from Bacardi slang and old time killing. And walk around Toronto with him. Yeah. And the amount of fucking respect and love he gets is crazy. It's fucking crazy, man. It's like he's literally a hometown hero. And anybody that can get that much love in their city, you should know who the fuck they are.
He's a living live Nipsey Hussle.
That's right.
That's big shoes. That's big shoes.
Because you know why? We need to start doing that while they're alive.
Yeah, for real.
Because Nipsey Hussle would have appreciated this respect.
I hated the way
while
all
he
that
was
Nipsey shit
alive.
happened, man.
And I got special love for him because Fife put me on to him.
Who? Cardi. Yeah, he said that when you left the back.
Yo, listen, so we're gonna do a drop, couple of pictures, and yo, we love y'all, man. This is hip hop.